Welcome to the road. We are at Coconino High School, home of the Panthers. Jackie Bessler along with you, Kyle Benedict to my right, your left, and we are on the road away from the friendly confines. It has been a while.
Yeah, no, just up the hill a little bit, nice and cool, chilly weather, but beautiful field, beautiful scenery. We got a nice band out there from California.
Los Oso from California. Apparently, you'll get a shot at them during the pregame. Apparently, they are here to compete in Band-Aid at NAU coming up on Saturday the 10th. Tomorrow, according to this game, depending on when you're watching it on Verde Valley TV. This band is awesome. However, I will say this. I hope the most amount of flags I see on the field are already on the field.
Yeah, no, they're unbelievable. I mean, we didn't even see any flags until they had this big finale of music, and all of a sudden you see these flags popping up, but there's so many of them out there moving around, and it's a really nice treat here in pregame.
Los Oso, California. They've got more members in their band and more equipment than both of these football squads combined here tonight. The Mingus Marauders going 5-1 with a big victory over Bradshaw last week by a score of 20-15, and Coconino losing in section play 61-12 to Prescott. Both teams going opposite directions.
Yeah, they are, but it's still you face a team that plays each other pretty much every single year, so there's going to be that competitiveness to it. And at this point in the season, you don't take any game lightly. Even though you're facing an opponent that might be coming off of a loss last week, maybe going in a different direction than you are, you do not want to take a game lightly, especially coming off of a huge win like the Marauders are from last week against Bradshaw Mountain.
Interesting enough, Mingus comes into tonight's game with the rushing records in the section. Coconino, however, the passing records in the section. We're going to get into more of that as you enjoy as we go out. Los Oso, the band from California, when we get into our Vinny's Pizza pregame report after this.
You'll get more miles for your money at Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros. It starts with matching the right tire for you, your vehicle, and driving habits. And continues with expert brake, alignment, and warranty services to extend the life and performance of your vehicle. And to serve you better, we now offer King Cobra custom exhaust systems. Find out more about our nationwide warranty at reesestire.com.
Taylor Waste has been voted the #1 residential garbage service 12 years in a row in Cottonwood and 8 years in a row in Sedona.
Why? Because Taylor Waste always offers dependable and efficient garbage service and clean, eco-friendly curbside recycling and positive customer service.
Taylor Waste offers a separate recycling container, and our recycling program is clean rather than commingled with garbage.
To start service, call your locally owned Taylor Waste, dedicated to providing service tailored to your needs.
Pond Palace offers a wide selection of jewelry, electronics, musical instruments, firearms, and much more. And if you need money for that unforeseen financial burden, Tanner, Natalie, or Rob can get you a loan using your valuable items and collectibles. Scrap gold, silver, jewelry, guns, and electronics are all accepted. Visit Pond Palace on Calvary Way at 89A in the Dome Building, open 6 days a week, and online at pondpalaceaz.com.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. If you're on the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find their selection extensive and their sales team professional and courteous. You can also count on excellent after-sales service. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet on Highway 260 next to Walmart in Cottonwood.
Welcome to the Vinny's Pizza pregame report. Call Vinny's now at 646-3333 and have pasta, subs, or a specialty pizza delivered right away. Don't forget the garlic knots and wings. Now let's head back live to the press box for Jackie and Kyle.
Well, we've had a treat going on here at Coconino High School. Apparently Band-Aid at NAU happens Saturday the 10th tomorrow from this game. And we have one of the California bands in town they've treated us about a 20-minute performance. I guess this is their warm-up drill, right?
Yeah, I mean, if this competition band day at NAU is any indication of what we're seeing here tonight, it's going to be a wonderful day. I mean, geez, they are unbelievable, and so many people. How many buses did we see?
8. 6 plus 2 equals 8.
8 buses. You got all the equipment, all the band personnel. I mean, man, a great treat here early.
I believe there might be more members in this band than there are entire populations in schools in northern Arizona.
Looks like more than both rosters on both sides of the ball here tonight.
No, definitely. Here at Coconino High School, the Mingus Marauders on the road, a section foe, a former Grand Canyon foe. These teams know each other. Last week, Coconino gave up a lot of rushing yards to a strong Prescott team, and who, by the way, is matching Mingus's record at 5-1. Mingus went 5-1 with a thrilling, heart-throbbing, almost near-stroke kind of victory against Bradshaw Mountain. Mingus started the scoring, got on top, never actually gave up the lead all game long, which was fantastic. Curso, a 45-yard run, started it off. A 30 or 25-yard field goal by Bradshaw Mountain made it 7-3 at halftime. 4 points. We knew it was going to be a close game.
Yeah, we did. I mean, going into halftime, it was kind of a toss-up who was going to take this game. But, coming out of the locker room, it was the Marauders who came out firing and putting the ball doing what they do on the ground, just really taking command of the game coming out of the locker room. They finished with 320 yards on the ground, rushing, 2 touchdowns. They did have a fumble as well, recovered a fumble there. Like you said, 7-3 going into halftime last week. You're thinking, okay, really no team had control at halftime, and against a team like Bradshaw Mountain, that's definitely something that momentum can just change so quickly, and we saw it a few times last week. But Mingus came out doing it on the ground. I mean, just running right up the middle. Alec Pfeiffer and that offensive line, I mean, was just blew up basically in that second half, and getting it done on the ground again here tonight. You mentioned Coconino had some difficulty against Prescott last week on the ground, so that's going to be something they're going to have to kind of turn around here tonight.
That'll definitely be their challenge.
Yep.
The third quarter last week was Mingus's quarter. Started off with a 31-yard field goal by Meyer, making it 10-7, and then 10-3, and then 17-3. A wonderful drive all the way down the field. Pfeiffer caps it with a 3-yard drive and dive. But just like that, a 75-yard pass from Bradshaw brought him right back. They missed the extra point. It was 17-9. Still, a one-score game sitting there. Mingus goes down. Another 29-yard field goal by Meyer made it 20-9, and then a 20-yard pass play from Bradshaw tightened it up once again, made it 20-15, and Bradshaw was never out of it. Mingus was never in control of it. Mingus stuttered. If there was something that Mingus had a problem with, they stuttered in the red zone against a very stingy Bradshaw Mountain defense, and had some trouble scoring the touchdowns that they expected to score in the red zone.
Yeah, and that's something that was really kind of rare. We haven't really seen that from Mingus this season, but Trey Meyer keeping him in the game with the field goals. I mean, they weren't putting the ball into the end zone, but they were putting it through the uprights, and that's really what kept them into the game, especially, like you said, before they were able to get things going offensively and get into the end zone in the third quarter. But yeah, I mean, they just showed great resiliency a few times. Actually, Bradshaw had went for a 2-down conversion, did not end up converting that play, and that came back to haunt them there at the end. They were trying to get the 7 to win it, and where if they convert that 2-point conversion, they need a field goal to tie it up. So it was an exciting one.
However, at the end, as time ticked out, and they had like 17 plays in the final 42 seconds, because they were all pass plays, but well executed. A couple of drops on Bradshaw's part, which really did haunt them. But the line of scrimmage was the 36-yard line. Final play, I could barely get it out, and most definitely not in one breath. I ran out of oxygen 5 times. But the pressure came in from the outside. Quarterback scrambled, went one way, got away from it, went the other way, got the ball knocked away from him. The running back, Castro, from Bradshaw, picks the ball up and then hands the ball back to the quarterback who comes behind him, so now he can throw the ball again. Then Jordan Vincent gets a hold of him from the nose guard position, starts dragging him down, and as he goes down, he's called down, he pitches the ball back, to Castro, who was again behind him. I mean, the Statue of Liberty play was going the wrong way.
No, it really was. I mean, that was a perfect play to really end that game. I mean, that kind of summed up the entire game with just these momentum swings. Both teams had some missed opportunities, but that last play, I mean, wow, that was an exciting play just to cap off an exciting game. And again, pressure of the Marauders on defense getting after the quarterback. Bundrick was hit constantly throughout that last Friday night.
So the win for the Mingus Marauders, setting them 5-1. Going into last week play, the Mingus Marauders were sitting outside the bubble, number 22 in the power points. A victory over Bradshaw launches them all the way up to the number 10 position. You've got Paradise Valley, number 1, the power rating at 15, almost 16. Sunrise Mountain, a power rating of 13.5. Maricopa, last team that Bradshaw will play this year, by the way. Number 3 with 10 3/4 power points. Sabino right behind him at 10.5 points. Verrado, 8.65. Desert Edge, their 2 losses, 2 of the toughest teams in the state, if not the Southwest. They're at 7.5 power points. Mingus, sitting at number 10, is at 5.25. Bradshaw drops all the way to number 17, dropping just under 4 power points. Prescott, I'm amazed. Prescott is all the way down at 20 with an identical record as the Mingus Marauders. Flagstaff kind of fallen off at 27, McClintock at 29, and tonight's opponent, the Coconino Panthers, sitting at 39 with a record of 3-4.
Yeah, you mentioned Mingus sitting on the outside of that bubble at 22, jumping 12 points. I mean, that just goes to show how big of a win last week was over Bradshaw for Mingus. I mean, that was a great opponent. Not to mention, you have the 2 records. They were the section leaders last year, undefeated in the section last year, Bradshaw Mountain. So just a huge win, and you see that reflecting in the jump and the power points.
Here we've got senior night at Coconino High School, and speaking of big, let's get into our Marauders special from our pregame sponsor, Vinny's Pizza, New York Chef Pizza. You're going to find them 6th Street in the Clemenceau Building, 89A, just past 6th Street. And what you see on Channel 2 is the Marauders special. You can order this, by the way. They'll probably have it to you before the second half. 20-inch, 1-topping pizza, 16-inch cheese pizza, 2 dozen wings, a dozen famous Vinny's garlic knots. Those are really good. And the how do you say that? Cinnamon knots. A dozen of those. $29.99, the Marauder special. You can get it delivered 646-3333. Vinny's Pizza, 646-3333. We're going to take a break. We will return to the elongated press box here at Coconino High School right after this.
Digitel, a Verizon premium wireless retailer. Come in today and get on America's largest, most reliable wireless network. Get unlimited nationwide talk and text and devices from all the hottest manufacturers. Find Digitel, your local Verizon premium wireless retailer, in the Flagstaff Mall, in Cottonwood at 960 South Main Street, in Payson at 401 North Beeline Highway, Prescott Valley at Glassford Hill Marketplace, and in Prescott with locations in the Prescott Gateway Mall, and the shops at Prescott Gateway.
America's most innovative off-road vehicles are all on sale during the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance. Get our biggest rebate ever on Razor XP 1000. Save $1,000 on remaining 2015s while they last. Get our lowest price ever on Ace 4x4. This all-new off-road experience is just $64.99 after rebate. Get the year's best deals during the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance.
Visit Cottonwood Motorsports at Route 260 and Western Drive.
Cheerleading, tumbling, gymnastics.
We are Flip City Gym.
We have classes for boys and girls of all ages and skill levels.
Flip City Gym offers competitive co-ed cheerleading with world champion coaches.
Ask about tumbling and gymnastics.
Or our health and fitness-based academic preschool.
The only one of its kind in Northern Arizona.
Enjoy open gym Fridays and Saturdays. Stop by for your free class or find out more at flipcitygym.org.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips, with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on Texaco fuel with your Safeway Rewards card. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to pick up those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here. with something for everyone.
At the Suzy Market.
Remember, please shop local first.
Go Marauders!
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout.
Here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Welcome back to the Vinny's Pizza pregame report. Mingus on the road here at Coconino High School. Jackie Bessler, Kyle Benedict along with you here on KYBC AM 1600 and 96.3 FM. Should be a wonderful game here tonight. Before we get into some of the details or how these matchups have gone with Coconino over the last couple of years, let's take a look at some of the Northern Arizona teams that are also ranked here in the 2015 season. Sholo, number 2. This is Division 4. Lake Havasu, number 4. They have no business being in Division 4. Snowflake, number 6. Payson, who beat Flagstaff earlier this season, sits number 9. Blue Ridge, the Yellow Jackets, 11. Winslow, 18. And Wickenburg, 20. Lee Williams, who we played, by the way, did pick up their first victory of the year. They are 1-5 and 32nd in Division 4. In Division 1, we now only have one team that hasn't won, who is going to playoffs. That would be Horizon, who is currently 0-6 and ranked 16th out of 17 teams. In Division 2, I know, isn't it? Skyline 6-0, the only undefeated team there. In Division 5, we got some interesting one. Chin Lee at 5-1 is 8th. Sedona Red Rock is 25th in power points at 4-2 on the season. Camp Verde 29th at 2-4. Chino Valley identically 2-4 on the season and 33rd. And in Division 6, 8-man football, Baghdad hanging on to number 3 in the power points at 6-1. Williams is 3-3, number 11, and number 17, Mayor, just outside the bubble, trying to get into the playoff picture, also at 3-3. So Northern Arizona teams representing well here in 2015.
Hey, you love it. You love to see your region of the state really making some noise. I mean, really competitive. We even see here in the section a lot of teams that are just having really good seasons, and it makes it more interesting for everyone involved.
Oh, it certainly does. Coconino 2-4 on the season. Had a couple of big victories, a couple of difficult losses during the course of this year. In fact, they had a good win over Goldwater, and then have struggled against other teams this year.
Yeah, they really have. But, this isn't, like we said earlier in the pregame shows, you don't want to take something lightly, especially given this is a section game. A team really, you're looking at their stats. I mean, we'll talk about it here in a little bit, but the offense, I mean, putting up some yardage. So this is something that they do have quite a few turnovers, so that's hurt them this season. But really, this is a team that it does move the ball. I mean, you look at their quarterback right there, Tabarez, 74 carries for 287 yards. So, I mean, they're moving the ball. It's just, they're not able to get the job done to get those W's, but it's still not a game you want to take lightly here. Hughes right there, 13 receptions. He leads the section in receiving yards with 317, 8 touchdowns. He's averaging 24 yards a game. And then back to Tabarez, 54 completions out of 134 attempts for just over 1,000 yards, 1,013, 15 touchdowns. He's number 1 in the section for passing. So that 9 interception mark right there, that's going to be something the Marauders are looking to capitalize on. But again, Tabarez, 15 touchdowns, over 1,000 yards in the air.
Coconino has definitely had to throw the ball. In their 4 losses this year, they've given up over 250 points. And that is to the likes of Cactus, Thunderbird, Cactus Shadows, in which they lost 42-0. And then Prescott, last week's loss 61-12. And in those 4 losses, they've only been able to put together not all that many points. Looks like they've been able to put together under 30 points, 31 points in those 4 losses, which is kind of tough. So they have had some trouble moving the ball. They've also had some people out on injury. So they've got several kids that have normally gone both ways, offensively and defensively, that are going to go 0 ways here tonight against Mingus. Mingus, unfortunately, also has its first resident on the Northern Arizona Healthcare Injury Report. Juan Ruiz injured himself last game on a misdirection play, came back and then got rolled up on. High ankle sprain is what I hear it is.
Yeah, we weren't really sure exactly what happened then towards the end of the game, and at the end of the game, actually, you saw him on the crutches. They put him on some crutches, so you never like to see that. But yeah, like you said, just got rolled up. One of those unfortunate plays and injuries there, but we wish him the best, and he was just one of those many players in the backfield for the Marauders that can do so much, and just multiple guys back there that they can rely on. But yeah, that's unfortunate, and hopefully we see him back soon.
Meyer's going to take his cornerback position here defensively. Pacheco expected to start at the safety position instead of Jordan Upham. So Jordan Upham may be limited more to just offense here tonight against Coconino. So we'll see how that goes as well.
Yeah, getting it done on offense. You're looking at undefeated so far in the section, and that just shows confidence in his players on defense for Coach Young. I mean, the fact that he doesn't have a problem putting in other guys who aren't necessarily, say, your quote-unquote starter, but he's comfortable with the guys who he has back there. And, hey, give him the ball on offense, focus on the offense with all that energy for Upham. So we'll see.
From 1990 to 2014, the Mingus Marauders are 22-3 versus Coconino. However, 1967 through 89, Coconino shut out Mingus. They had 15 victories to Mingus's 0. So complete history is pretty close. 22-18, Mingus with the slight edge. Last time Mingus lost to this squad, 26-47. That goes back to 2011. Largest win, 2008, 55-0. Largest lost, 1983, 49-0. And last year, Mingus a dominant win over the Coconino Panthers.
Yeah, definitely. Last year at Mingus, Mingus won 41-13 there. They got jumped on the board early in the first quarter, with 2 touchdowns. They went on rushing. They just kind of led in almost every single category there again, 41-13. But Upham, he had 21 yards on the ground. Really, the guy last year was Pacheco, senior last year, who was had a big back there for Mingus in his time at Mingus High School. But again, just looking at the numbers, they had, let's see, 3 rushers with over 100 yards in the game. So that just goes to show you, obviously we know this is really a team that likes to have success on the ground, and they do so, and they've been doing it this year. So it'll be really interesting to see how Coconino can defend that running game.
Well, you imagine they're going to put quite a few in the box to try to stop the Mingus Marauder run. Mingus put up over 570 yards rushing against Coconino last year. Obviously, I'm sure Coconino took offense to that and wants to stop that immediately. They want to make Mingus throw the ball. Mingus actually wants to see Coconino run the ball if they can stop the pass.
Yeah, well, in a game like this where you're probably going to have an opponent that is trying to get you to do things that you're not so comfortable with. I mean, the Marauders, a lot of success on the ground. You got to think Coconino is going to try to force them to put the ball in the air, but we've seen Mingus can do so, and they can score in the air. We saw that earlier this year, and that's something that is really key, to be able to have, if your defense takes away your strong point on your offense, to be able to come back and do it with whether if in the air or on the ground. But, we've seen success in the air for Mingus so far this year. I'm really curious to see how Coconino defends that running game.
It is senior night here at Coconino High School, home of the Panthers. The Marauders in town. Section play continues as the Vinny's Pizza pregame goes on after this.
Since 1993, Rice Accounting has been assisting Verde Valley residents with their tax returns. A proud part of the National Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, Rice Accounting can prepare all state and federal returns. They can file electronically or prepare paper returns. They're open year-round to assist you with personal and business taxes, quarterlies, payroll, and account services.
Please come on in to Rice Accounting Jackson Hewitt Tax Service. We're open year-round for all of your taxing needs. Thank you.
Wake up and live Moss at your local Cottonwood Taco Bell. The next generation of breakfast is here. Introducing the Biscuit Taco, AM Crunch Wrap, Cinnabon Delights, and fresh brewed 100% Colombian coffee. Convenient hours, drive-through, and open late every night. Visit your local Taco Bell. Located on 89A and Cove Parkway in Cottonwood. Taco Bell. Live Moss.
This has been the Vinny's New York Chef Pizza pregame report. Order for pickup or delivery tonight. The number 646-3333. We'll return for kickoff right after this.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. If you're on the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find their selection extensive and their sales team professional and courteous. You can also count on excellent after-sales service. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet on Highway 260 next to Walmart in Cottonwood.
Almost ready for game time here at Coconino High School, and glad you are along with us. If you are listening on the radio, I want to give you another option. You can listen on your cell phone, your smartphone, and it is powered by Pawn Palace. Log on to myradioplace.com and go on to our phone apps. You can download the phone app, and then you can take Mingus football and KYBC anywhere you want to go. And you can be camping, you can be hunting, got that hunting trip set up, but you know, I want to go to the game. You can listen to the game, all powered by Pawn Palace in Cottonwood. Let's take a look at other Mingus Marauder sports going on this week. Freshman football is at Australia Foothills, and that comes up the 14th. That is next Wednesday. On the 15th, golf is at Mingus. Swim team is at the Mingus Cup. And the 16th, cross country is at the second annual Titan Invitational, And the 16th and 17th, golf at Mountain Ridge, the Invitational. This week in youth sports, lots of things going on. Cottonwood Middle School, the Lobos, 2-3 on the season. Saturday will take on Prescott, which is one of the Northern Arizona youth football squads. That should be an excellent matchup. Also on the 10th, the Wildcats, 1-5 on the season, go down to take on Wickenburg in the minors division on Saturday. The Colts are versus the Cardinals, so you got a home game there, and the Bears are versus Wickenburg. So 2 home games at Cottonwood Middle School Mighty Mike division on Saturday. The Lobos 3-1 take on the Cottonwood Seahawks, and the Marauders 2-2 are at Wickenburg. I believe they play right before the Wildcats. So lots of football going on and around here in northern Arizona. Glad you're along with us here at Mingus Union High School as they present the colors on the field. We'll be getting to our national anthem here in just a moment. Remember, this is senior night here at Coconino High School, and the Marauders on the road. First time in 3 weeks, but here we are in Flagstaff, and we're going to take a moment for our national anthem.
By the Coconino High School Chamber Singers.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the
national anthem sung by the Coconino Panther Choir Group. A good solid dozen of them doing a phenomenal job with our national anthem.
Beautiful voices, beautiful harmonies. I mean, man, what a good pregame show that they put on here up at Coconino. I mean, we had the band from California, the choir singing the national anthem. I mean, it's been a lot of fun.
Almost like Walt Disney on ice, right?
Yeah, almost.
Almost. Just singing.
Minus the ice. Grass.
Well, we are in. Is that really grass? Could be. We are in Flagstaff, so ice is possible, is it not?
It's possible,
so
definitely.
says Witherman. Let's take a look at the Marauders here on the course of the season and how they have done. Mingus 355 yards in the air, 6 throwing touchdowns, 3 interceptions, but only one of those actually belonged to Upham.
Yeah, no, it only did. We saw one interception thrown, trying to do that little trick play where they put it open down the field, and that was intercepted. But you see right there, I mean, 355 passing yards, 6 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions, as you mentioned, Jackie. But rushing on the ground, over 1,800 yards, 1,876. They are on track for another season of over 3,000 rushing yards, 20 touchdowns on the ground. You see 26 total scoring for the Marauders, and with 196 points.
Not only that, but another near record is actually 5 field goals. 5 for 6. Mingus doesn't kick field goals on a typical normal year, but Meyer has had Mr. Leg Power along with him. 5 for 6 and key and crucial last week for the victory against Bradshaw. Defensively, the Mingus Marauders, 22 sacks on the season, only 2 interceptions and 11 fumble recoveries, so 13 takeaways. As much as the teams have thrown on Mingus, you would think perhaps we'd have more interceptions. Not yet. I think Mingus is trying to figure out a way to turn that around.
Yeah, still trying to figure a way to get those interceptions, but I tell you what, they have been defending the pass. We saw that last week, especially on the last couple of drives by Bradshaw, trying to really move the ball in the air down the field. Marauders just doing their defensive backs doing a great job of preventing any big plays downfield, and they're looking to do so tonight. But you mentioned, Jackie, sacks. The Marauders have the Kelly brothers, 3rd and 4th in the section in sacks. Each have 6.5 sacks on the year. Tackles, Cole Phelps leads the section with 66 sacks. Pete Kelly is 3rd in the section in sacks with 63. And then Tyler Kelly, the brother again, 52 tackles this season. So getting it done on both sides of the ball, really, the Marauders.
I want to thank Coach Kelly, one of the freshman coaches, for bringing one of his sons, Pete's jersey to the game late with him. Somebody forgot it. But that's okay. That's all
always
right.
An awkward moment.
Hey, as long as he's got the jersey. Hey, Mingus is going to be kicking off here in a moment. Upham, 449 yards on the ground. Accurso, 373 rushing yards on the ground with 7 touchdowns on the ground. He's also got 5 receptions for 83 yards. Look at that. Mingus has got over 2,200 yards of total offense for the Marauders this year. Clark has got 5 receptions with 167 yards, a couple of touchdowns as well for the Mingus Marauders. So Mingus can go at you multiple directions and are obviously looking to get a lot of things done here tonight. Mingus is going to kick off to start this, going from left to right across your radio dial. Meyer with the ball. He is set. And the kick is going to be deep and take it at about the 4-yard line. Back across near side. Across the 20. Cuts it back and gets wrapped up. Pete Kelly on the tackle at about the 24-yard line.
Okay, so Coconino here starting with the first drive of the game, looking to get something done offensively. And Mingus coming out here, their defense is still has a lot of work to do with them behind there, but we'll see if they can pick up where they left off last week and really with a big stop there to end the game against Bradshaw.
Oh, big stop.
Big stop.
Huge. It was huge. Panthers will come out in a spread formation. Surprise, surprise. I know that surprises everybody, right? Tabares, one back right next to him. Will hand it off up the middle. Mingus eats it up quickly, trying the near side, and won't get anywhere. Jordan Vincent will get the tackle, and a near no gain to start tonight's competition. Christo Tabares. Number 4, 54 for 134, over 1,000 yards throwing. Weston Smith has got 111 carries on the season for the Coconino Panthers. Now they're in more of an eye. Tabarez looking to throw, fakes, throws downfield, overthrows his receiver, tries to actually pump fake, and calling for a flag out there, saying that he was held, was Nico Tafoya. And we're going to see, was there a flag on the field? I didn't see a flag.
Yeah, I didn't either, but you're right. Right once that ball hit the turf, he was looking over towards the ref, the closest ref to him, and, didn't see a flag, so maybe he was trying to pick one up there a little late, and they are going to call holding.
So Mingus picks up a defensive penalty quickly. First penalty of the game. We'll go for 10 yards and a first down. That's going to put the ball at the 36-yard line. Coconino with the ball first. First drive of the game. Glad you are along with us. If you are watching on Verde Valley TV or listening at myradioplace.com, thank you for being along with us. Marauders on defense to the left. Tabarez in the backfield. He'll take the snap, hand it off to Smith, who finds a hole up the middle and trips over somebody. And a nice gain, though, right up the middle, picking up about 9 yards on the carry.
Yeah, really nice job here as you watch the replay. Smith tripped up at the line of scrimmage, but tries to keep that balance as long as he can and turns a tackle for no gain into a nice little pickup there and close to the first down here.
Same formation. You got spread format. Weston in the backfield with the quarterback. There is movement, and number 72 appears to be upset with himself. He may have moved quickly and early. That would be Tabarez. This one, Luis Tabarez. I wonder if there's a relationship.
Huh. That would be the, second team we've seen this year with pair of brothers on the team, not to mention the Kelly brothers here for the Marauders. But out of 3 plays so far on this opening drive, 2 penalties.
And we thought we saw a lot of flags on the field before the game, right?
Yeah, we might see as many flags as that band that played a pregame.
Okay, stop it. All right, back to the spread formation. One back in the backfield. Last time, now they got a man in motion. Fake the jet sweep, gonna throw deep. Over the man and deep in toward the quarter. The ball comes down at about the 30-yard line, and Tabarez overthrew his receiver, number 15.
Yeah, number 15, C.J. Anderson, a senior there in the wide receiver course, 6'3", 170 pounds. And he was open. He had his defender beat, but it was just overthrown.
3rd down and 6. Third down and about, they call it 7 on the scoreboard here at Coconino High School. Mingus showing 3 down linemen, showing possible blitz. They hand off the jet sweep, going to the outside, carrying the ball. That should be number 18, Arthur Chi, and he gets caught in the backfield off the jet sweep.
Yeah, nice job, really nice job by Mingus, especially on the outside, not to get fooled by that jet sweep. And, you look at this and 3rd down and long, you think it's going to be a pass, but they send the guy in motion, and Mingus doesn't get fooled. They keep that outside contained, and nice tackle. Bring up 4th down.
4th down with the ball at the 37-yard line of the Panthers, and they come out in a punt formation. High snap. Mingus coming after it. Late blocking, gets the punt off. It's good. It takes a bounce at about the 30 and keeps rolling and bowling down inside the 20-yard line. So Mingus will start with 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. A stop defensively for the first go-around.
Number 1, Jared Baca on that punt. A nice one. So pinning really Mingus back with a lot of field in front of them to work with. And Mingus starting the ball here, their opening drive of this game.
Missing Juan Ruiz in the backfield as the senior for the Mingus Marauders. A high ankle sprain will keep him out of this competition. There's the snap, pitch coming to the near side. It's Accurso looking to get the corner, and will get more of a cold shoulder, but not until he picks up a first down around the 33-yard line.
Well, they start with that go-to play, the long pitch on the outside, and Accurso's out there with two blockers right next to him, running right with them. One guy picks up the first defender, and then Accurso decides to turn that corner near the sideline, and nice pickup there on first down for the Marauders.
Mingus, two receivers to the far side. They put Clark in motion. A long pitch out to Clark, and he gets wrapped up and tackled quickly. Great penetration by the Panthers on the far side.
Yeah, that's the perfect way to defend that play with that pitch on the outside. They go to the other side this time. Success on the right-hand side on the very first play of this drive. It's followed up with a pitch to the left side, and great job by the outside backer in the defensive end for the Panthers just to stop that one for a loss.
-3 yards on the play for Mingus now. 2nd and 13. The ball just at about the 30-yard line. Mingus has got a spread formation. Upham looking to throw. He's got a receiver open to the near side. He's got a man to break and beat. He does, and cuts the ball upfield as Accurso passed to about the 36-yard line. So he'll get the 3 we lost and then 3 more.
Yeah, just a little almost swing pass there to the outside. Completed a missed tackle here. You see a Panther flying in on your screen. We're watching the replay right here. Dropping back Upham, then last second looking to his right. Throw a little bit behind there, and then you see the missed tackle by Coconino. And Mingus is able to pick up a couple after that initial contact.
Mingus set up 2 receivers to the far side. Clark goes in motion. Upham looking to throw. He's got some time. He launches it downfield around the 30-yard line. The intended receiver was Carson Anderson. It fell about 5-6 yards ahead of him.
Yeah, going for number 32, Carson Anderson. You mentioned Carson Anderson coming into tonight after 6 games is looking for a reception, and he just overthrown. I mean, Upham overthrew him. Nice coverage downfield by the Panthers.
So Mingus goes aerial. They'll have to punt it. The punt is dropped. Number 11 drops it. Pete Kelly picks it up off the bounce and will run it in. Oh my goodness, that was definitely an oops on the punt reception. Josh Bush, one of the defensive backs, had to go right through the breadbasket. It literally hit the turf, bounced up, candy hop for Pete Kelly, who was literally mid-stride, couldn't have handed the ball off to him better, and he will take it from approximately the 16-yard line into the end zone for the touchdown. Now, what are they questioning? Are they questioning on the field whether or not he could advance that?
Yeah, and you know what? I didn't really get too great of a look at it. I wasn't sure if it touched his hands or not. I mean, it just looked like it went right through his hands. And like you said, just that nice candy hop for the Marauders there to take it in for the touchdown. But I think they're trying to figure out whether, first, if he can advance it, and then if it did, in fact, touch the return man.
That'll be interesting, because if he did not actually touch the ball, then the first touch by Kelly marks the possession for the Coconino Panthers.
Yeah, that's where their drive would start there if the return man did not touch the ball. Now, you see there's some of the refs in there touching each other's hands and trying to figure out what's going on here.
And here is a replay on Verde Valley TV. It went right through the breadbasket and went off the pads.
Off the chest, okay.
Of the intended receiver. And they are taking the touchdown off the board. Okay, where is my red flag? All right, all right.
We have the luxury of the replay. I mean, you see there the replay right off the chest. I mean, but it happened so fast. If you're looking at the hands, it didn't look like it touched the hands at all.
Great job, by the way, John Stabe doing our replays. Great job being able to give that to us. However, Pete Kelly does not get a special teams touchdown. Instead, Coconino gets the ball and will have the ball at their own 29, or Mingus gets the ball at the 30-yard line. No, so they don't give him the touchdown, but they do give him the ball. So they say that he cannot advance it. And Clark goes off to the left side with a pitch and gains nothing.
Yeah, Clark getting the ball there for the run. He comes in tonight with 366 yards on the ground, 3 touchdowns. Yeah, so they just ruled it. You can't advance it. They gave the ball to Mingus, took away the touchdown. Okay, so they didn't miss that one. Nice job. It happened so fast. I mean, if you're looking at the hands, it didn't touch his hands. It went off the chest.
Mingus set up in the wing formation. We've got motion and up the middle going off the left-hand side with the ball number 4. Phelps, Cole Phelps gets a carry for the Marauders. So Mingus now with 3rd and long, 3rd and 6. The ball at the 26-yard line. They got to get to the red zone to pick up a first down. Mingus in the double wing, 2 receivers to the right-hand side. And the intended throw by Upham is blocked. Man getting in very quickly and blocking the pass, batting it right down. And Mingus now 4th and 6 from the 26-yard line.
Yeah, I believe that was number 88, Eric Arvizu, who's the linebacker tight end. He's a senior, 6'2", 220. Just came in right up the middle and was able to bat that one down right when it left Upham's hand.
Arvizu is a big boy indeed for the Coconino Panthers. Mingus is going to go for it here on 4th down. Man in motion coming to the near side is Accurso, and they do hand it up the middle. Good push, but it may not be enough. I believe Pfeiffer with the carry up the middle. No, it was Phelps again up the middle, and he will gain about 3 of what he needed, and that'll be a turnover on down.
That was 88, Arzvizu again. He just comes in up the middle and blows up that play, is able to just fill that hole right when the back got to the line of scrimmage. So 2 big plays there by their linebacker for the Panthers. And here we go. I mean, again, you mentioned it, Jackie. Big boy, 6'2", 220 pounds. 2 big plays there for his team.
So the Panthers hold it tight, back to a spread formation. Smith up the middle. No, quarterback follows him up the middle, pushing and dragging the pile, trying to go backward. It's still moving forward, and finally drops him to Barres with a run of 2 yards and then a pile push of 8.
Yeah, he just kept those feet moving. I mean, you had pretty much everyone on the field in on that pile, and it just kept slowly moving in favor of the Panthers.
So far, Coconino outgaining the Marauders offensively. Here at home on senior night, the Panthers with the ball at about the 33-yard line, their own 33-yard line. Mingus spread out defensively, trying to effectively cover the spread. The quarterback now scrambling, looking for somewhere to go, and he flips the ball out in front of him. And out comes the penalty. He was going to be tackled, but he did not throw the ball. He underhanded the ball out in front. I think that's a no-no.
No, yeah, he was being chased from behind by Tyler Kelly, and he dropped back to pass, it looked like, and then he started rolling to his left, and Tyler Kelly was right, breathing down his neck behind him, and he felt it. And once Tyler Kelly was about to make that tackle, he kind of just, like you said, flipped it, and yeah, no, you can't do that.
Intentional grounding the call, 10-yard penalty plus loss of down, and great penetration. Kelly gets off of his block, and actually Tyler Kelly with most of the pressure does get a hand on him. Had he actually gotten the ball up and thrown it at his own feet, no problem.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and that's just, again, the pressure of this Marauders defense creating problems for the offense, the opposing offense, and specifically the quarterback.
So it is now a 2nd and 21. A 2nd and 21 for the Panthers at about the 21-yard line. Smith, no, Tabaris is going to keep it himself. Scampering to the outside, he'll pick up a few. But if Mingus has one thing defensively, it is speed led by Cole Phelps.
Yeah, we saw right there. It looked like initially when he started going out to the the right side of the field, he had a lot of room to work with, but the Marauders just with that pursuit, like you said, the speed on the defensive side of the ball for Mingus just pays off right there especially. It goes from looking like you have open field for a big pickup, and next thing you know, there's 4 or 5 Marauders right in your face.
3rd and 19, deep into the playbook. I think that's page 52. 3rd and 19, 3 receivers. First time it's not spread. We've got trips to the near side of the field. Coconino going right to left across your radio dial. Tavares takes the snap, looking to throw, comes to the near side, flips it out, and the man tackled very quickly and immediately. A good tackle low out there for the Mingus Marauders. It appears to be Pfeiffer with the tackle. That'll be a gain of maybe 3 or 4 on the play.
Yeah, you're right, Jackie. That was Pfeiffer on the tackle. Really nice tackle as Tavares just kind of kept backpedaling the pressure, let the pressure come to him, and then he dumped it over the Mingus Marauders that were in his face to number 44, Weston Smith.
Mingus looking to come from the outside with pressure, got a piece of the punt, but it will still go forward and then bounce out of bounds at about the 46-yard line, 47, 48-yard line. Mingus got, I think it was Kelly, with a piece of that punt and didn't completely get the block, but more of the deflection.
Yeah, more of the deflection, but usually when the ball doesn't go as far up in the air, it tends to roll a little bit more, and really the Panthers fortunate that even though the Marauders got a hand on it and got a piece of that punt, that it really actually worked out not too bad. It could have been much worse.
It could indeed. Mingus now with the ball, second drive in the game, third drive actually. This will be their third. Coconino, 8 in the box against him defensively. Mingus runs off tackle, picking up good yardage, a good solid 5 off the left-hand side, and not up the middle goes Pfeiffer.
Yeah, Pfeiffer running hard there. Nice block and a nice hole on the left side off tackle of the Marauders offensive line. And Pfeiffer with a nice first down pickup there. And again, the Marauders offensive line making life easy so far for the backs there for Mingus. I mean, last week they were just having a great game.
Mingus snap. Upham keeps it around the defensive end. Got a little, not quite enough. Number 2, it looked like, on the tackle. That's their free safety, David Quick. A man named after his speed.
David, he definitely showed that speed there. Come flying up from the safety position. Nice tackle there to kind of prevent a big play for Mingus. And David Quick, free safety position, coming up big there.
3rd and 2, Mingus on the Coconino side of the field at the 44-yard line. 2 receivers to the near side. Mingus with the snap, and Upham's going to keep it. He should have enough for the first down. I believe that Quick has Upham duties today. Yep. He makes the tackle again.
Yep, and Quick again with a nice tackle there. And I believe so. David Quick comes into this game second in the section behind Cole Phelps in tackles with 65 on the year. That leads the team, and again, second in the section. And he's shown with 2 tackles, nice tackles here early on in this game.
Galloway putting his name in the hat as a referee, calls the first down. The referees agree with him. So 1st and 10 for the Marauders at the 42-yard line. Mingus is changing the play at the line. 2 receivers to the near side. Upham with the snap, fakes it, comes to the near side, outruns one man, and a great gain, and a gain of about 7 to the near side of the field. Did you see that cut?
Yeah, that was a beautiful cut there. Kind of, you see here, he fakes the run up the middle. We've seen so much this year, and then just a nice little, looks like he's going up the middle, decides to change directions and go outside, and he really had number 20 for the Panthers. That's Tanner Fulcher, really fooled on that play.
Had me fooled. Man, that was a sharp cut. I have knives in my house that aren't that sharp. I'm telling you that. Sitting right behind the tubas here, Kristen Clark goes into motion, and Upham gives to the first back through, and it is Accurso. Accurso will get the first down. A good solid gain of about 7, and a flag also on the play.
Well, that's a nice little play there if it stands for Mingus. I mean, Accurso coming from the left-hand side of that backfield, takes the ball from Upham. Once he gets the handoff, he turns straight upfield. So he's got that momentum initially running from left to right, and then once he gets the ball from the quarterback, he takes off upfield, and it proved to be successful right there as he just goes flying up the middle of the defense of the Panthers for a gain. It looks like the penalty's going to benefit the Marauders.
It'll tack on an additional 5, so Mingus now with a red zone visit here at Coconino. Ball at the 19, first and 10 from the 19-yard line for the Mingus Marauders. Upham, 2 receivers to the left this side. Up over center, long pitch near side. Tristan Clark is covered immediately as soon as the ball gets there. Number 20, Tanner Fulcher, almost caught that pitch.
Yeah, well, that's the second or third time tonight. If you're on the defensive side of the Panthers, their right side of the defense has done a great job so far early on in this game, keeping that side of the field contained for the Marauders as Clark comes in motion from kind of almost the slot position. He takes the pitch, and that one's blown up in the backfield. Nice play.
Mingus out of the red zone now. Back to the 23-yard line are the Marauders, 2nd and 14. Here's the snap. Upham trips as he's coming out. Now he's got nowhere to go as he gets eaten up by 4 different Panthers and sacked for the first time this game.
Yeah, that's a little tough. He trips once he gets the ball going back into his drop, stumbles a little bit, and that throws off the timing of the play slightly. But a great pressure by the defensive line as well as the linebackers for the Panthers. And back there again, number 88.
He's setting up camp, isn't he?
Yeah, he really is.
Mingus Marauders now, 3rd and long, call it 19 with the ball all the way at the 29-yard line of the Coconino Panthers. Mingus hands it off, big hole to the left-hand side, and still on his feet, rumbling and stumbling with a first down and out of bounds is Pfeiffer off tackle. Quick hitter going to the outside, not the inside like they expected. And Pfeiffer picks up a good solid 20, maybe even 21 on the play. The ball comes all the way down to the 8-yard line, 1st and goal.
Yeah, nice hole there on the left side of the line, Raz. That run designed right off tackle. Once Pfeiffer got to the second level, he bounced it outside, was going down the sideline, broke a few tackles, and a nice pickup in a big chunk of yards. And now here we go, Mingus knocking on the door.
And the buzzer indicates the end of the first quarter, 0-0 here at Coconino. Mingus knocking on the door will return to Coconino High School after this.
You'll get more miles for your money at Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros. It starts with matching the right tire for you, your vehicle, and driving habits. And continues with expert brake, alignment, and warranty services to extend the life and performance of your vehicle. And to serve you better, we now offer King Cobra custom exhaust systems. Find out more about our nationwide warranty at reesestire.com.
Digitel, a Verizon premium wireless retailer. Come in today and get on America's largest, most reliable wireless network. Get unlimited nationwide talk and text and devices from all the hottest manufacturers. Find Digitel, your local Verizon premium wireless retailer, in the Flagstaff Mall, in Cottonwood at 960 South Main Street, in Payson at 401 North Beeline Highway, Prescott Valley at Glassford Hill Marketplace, and in Prescott with locations in the Prescott Gateway Mall, and the shops at Prescott Gateway.
Back here at Coconino High School, you got Pfeiffer in the backfield. Mingus at the 8, looking to score for the first time this year. In motion goes Accurso. Handoff up the middle. No, Upham's going to keep it himself and go untouched into the end zone. Touchdown. The senior from Mingus was scoreless last week. He rectifies that issue now.
Yeah, he changes that here early on as he fakes it to Pfeiffer in the backfield, and it picked up a really nice block by his tackle on the right side of the line just to kind of clear the way for him, and he really just walks right into the end zone.
It takes all of the first quarter and then 6 seconds for Mingus to get on the board. The 8-yard dash by the quarterback Upham brings Meyer out for the extra point attempt. High snap, they bring it down, the kick is up, the kick is strong, the kick is good. Check the Cottonwood Parks and Rec scoreboard. Says Mingus is now up 7-0 in the first play of the second quarter. Will return to Coconino High School after this.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout.
Here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Mingus is winning on the board 7-0. Mingus is also winning in the takeaway category 1-0. Pete Kelly taking a fumble recovery off a botched punt return. And now Mingus now kicking off near side, far side from the radio booth. Down in the corner are the Coconino Panthers taking it to the far side line. And then out of bounds, close to the 30-yard line, maybe more like the 27.
A nice coverage by the Mingus Marauders there on the kickoff after the touchdown. Getting on the board early again. We've seen them having success when they jump up ahead early. And now hopefully the defense can keep that 0 on the board.
2 yards on 3 attempts throwing the ball is Tabares. His third drive of the game. They've got 5 carries, 17 yards on the ground. So Mingus has been stingy defensively. However, so have the Panthers, only giving up 7 points so far. Spread formation, quarterback looking to run, pitches late to Smith, who gets wrapped up, eaten up, yum yum, at about the 27-yard line.
I believe that was number 5, Isaac Romero on the tackle from the outside linebacker position, junior, 6 foot, 170 pounds. But you mentioned, Jackie, the Panthers on defense, they really have been playing well so far tonight. I mean, a few tackles to keep the Marauders from really any positive gains. But Mingus going back to what they do and running the ball, and up the middle there, Upham for the touchdown.
Mingus puts 4 on the line. They're going to try running the ball to the left-hand side. Defensive lineman Skelf with the tackle out there, and a short gain of about 2.
Well, Scalf, we've called him his number a couple times. Just a few weeks ago, he had 2 turnovers that he recovered from the defensive side of the ball. So really, when you look at this defense, kind of across the board, we've had players, McClanahan there, Vincent, Scalf, Galloway. That's your defensive line tonight for Mingus.
Snap, quarterback back, throws the ball up, has a receiver, hit hard after the reception and the first down. So give him about 6 yards on the reception, and gets punished for catching the ball.
Yeah, Anthony Chi there on the reception, and then he was hit hard by Anthony Accurso right when he caught that ball, just laying a hat on the Panthers.
Chi has 223 and now over 230 yards and 3 touchdowns on the year receiving. As that one will go for 6 yards and the first down. Coconino now, new set of chains out here. Quarterback hands the ball off the middle. Smith will scamper for a couple up to about the 40-yard line, bringing up 2nd and 8.
The Marauders just plugging up that hole, clogging it up really quick there before the running back could get to it. And really a nice job, as you see there. Panthers getting up off the ground, and before they're able to get up, you have 3 or 4 Marauders getting up.
Mingus leading 7-0, second quarter action. 9:40 now left to go in the game. It's moving quickly. Quarterback's back to throw. Throws to the near side, and the reception is made short of the first down, but he will get the catch out there. Is Chi. It looks like Chi again, his second reception, as he's finding some open space.
Yeah, he's just right there, especially finding the open hole in the defense and just sitting there until the quarterback can find it. And that's sometimes what you need to do. If you're running your route, you find a weak spot in the defense, you just sometimes have to sit there, and that's difficult to do, waiting for the ball like that, but works out for Chi.
Tabares. He's got one man behind him looking to hand it off. They do. Coming to the near side. Scampers away from one. Loses the ball. And Mingus loses the ball. Jumped on it and then loses the ball again. And it might be back to Coconino. Mingus had a couple of shots to get that fumble out there on the ball. But the elusiveness of the oblong structure on the field, and it appears as though it's been recovered by the Panthers, but at a huge cost.
Yeah, it just pops out there as the running back's trying to get a couple extra yards after contact. You see 68 DeLu has an opportunity to fall on the ball, and while he does, it just kind of squirts out from under him. Panthers come up with it.
Here's the punt attempt. One last time partially blocked. This one will get off. Low line drive. Starts to go one direction and then out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. Had a good Panther bounce and then took a Mingus curl. So Mingus with relatively decent field position to start the drive.
Yeah, it's best field position they've had all night so far tonight, at least. And we've seen what they can do whenever they start drives with good field position. Is they usually have a lot of success, whether it's putting points on the ball or on the board, or moving the ball upfield.
Mingus 6 passing yards so far, 62 yards on the ground are the Marauders on 14 carries. So the Panthers holding Mingus to less than 4.5 yards per carry so far. And the whistles will stop this one as we get the gerbil motion, which means Mingus is backing up 5 with a giant tuba in front of us.
Well, that one's tough to take, especially on the first play of the drive. You started with decent field position, back you up 5 yards, and might only be 5 yards, but you know that 5 yards can make a big difference, especially once you get down towards the end zone.
Isn't that a Christmas song? 12 brass tubas. Isn't it?
Looks like we got more than 12 tubas here.
No, I counted. Well, I could have missed one. I counted 12 tubas. If that's not a song, it should be. Mingus with the ball and the run, getting stopped at the line of scrimmage, trying to gather up speed for maybe just a couple, and then getting bounced underneath. Pete Kelly with the carry and the ball in a 3-yard gain.
Talking about this Panthers defense a little bit, they have several guys who've been having big years in tackles. I mean, Quick right now, number 2 Quick, he leads the team in 65 with tackles. 65 tackles for Quick, as we mentioned. He's number 2 in the section in tackles. They also have number 4 Ross, who is a junior. He has 24 tackles on this season.
Mingus tightens up those splits on the offensive line. And they look to hand the ball off. No, it is a quick pitch near side. Getting a little bit of running room, but not much, is Tristan Clark, who has been pretty limited to success here in the first half. That outside pitch has been covered well by Coconino.
Yeah.
Do you think they practiced that one?
Yeah, well, if you look at the film, you see the first thing you notice is the success that Mingus has with that outside pitch, that long pitch that kind of takes a while to develop, but they're so great at reading the defense. And we see here tonight that the Panthers are doing a great job of pursuing to that side of the field and really keeping the Marauders from picking up big chunks of yards with that play.
3rd and 13, Upham back to pass, has a man wide open, and Anderson had it turned, could have turned and possibly got a first down, unable to gather it in.
Yeah, that's a tough one right off of his hands as Anderson was on the right side of the field. Looked like a little out route, and when he turned to look for the ball, it was right there. Well-placed ball by Upham, and it just in and out of the hands.
That's one of those, hey, you know what? That would have worked. We'll do that again. Meyer with the punt, gets off a good one, and it's going to take an excellent Mingus bounce and then angle to the right-hand side. And will down at about the 22-yard, inside the 20-yard line. Call it the 17-yard line. And so good job pinning the Coconino Panthers deep.
Yeah, again, I mean, special teams, pinning them deep anytime you can do that, it makes it so much more difficult for the offense. But going back to that dropped pass by Anderson, even though that pass wasn't completed, it was open. It was there, and that kind of wakes the defense up a little bit, knowing that there's holes in the defense to where you can find plays and just have your receiver turn around and sit there. So that might help the Panthers on the ground, actually, the fact that they are getting open with the passing game, just not completing a pass there.
Mingus stuff in the middle. Tobias throws the ball. Short gain, far side of the field. And making a quick tackle are the Marauders. Trying to get a number. I believe it is 32 with the reception out there. That would be Java Garcia, his first reception of the game. And they are really good at those 6-yard outs.
Yeah, they are. I mean, there's
3 of them in a row.
Yeah, that little flat right there. A lot of times that's kind of where you see some holes in defenses, and it might not be, the longest, most attractive pass, but right there, if you can pick up 6 yards, you'll take that.
Smith off the outside, bounces, picks up a first down, and then some. Coconino with a drive going as they get across the 35 to the 37. New set of downs. 5:36 left to go in the first half. Mingus up 7-0. Coconino with the ball and some spark.
Yeah, well, this offense, we talked in pregame, they do have, if you're looking at their stats, they put up yards. They come into this game with 1,013 yards in the air, just over 1,200 yards on the ground. So they're used to moving the ball. It's just finishing that's been difficult for them.
Tabares keeps it himself, fakes the pitch, gets to the outside. He's a big man, block in the back, and inside the 30-yard line to the 25-yard line. Tabares with a big run.
There's a flag.
They may have seen the block in the back on, I think it was Stabrith who took the shot. And, they're going to actually call it a hold. So maybe they saw something else that I saw or saw differently. One man misses. Myers is the one that took the shot in the back. And then he runs out of bounds, almost at the camera. Oof. Man, the wallet got scared there for a moment. Can't hit the camera, right?
Well, that's a tough one for the Panthers to kind of swallow there, as that's a really big pickup for them. But Tabares, we see one of the first times tonight we see that explosiveness that he can produce with those feet. We talk about the over 1,000 yards in the air for Tabares, but on the ground he has 287 yards rushing with 2 touchdowns. So this is another one of those dual threats at quarterback.
Net gain on the play of about 3 yards. But they do get a first down off of it because they got the first down and then they brought the ball back down to the 45-yard line. So Coconino showing sparks of life, trying to tie this one up against the Mingus Marauders here on the road. Coconino taking their time, 5:11 on the clock, 7-0. Glad you're along with us next week on the road to Tempe McClintock. There is no history between these teams.
Back-to-back road games for the Marauders before we return home to host Flagstaff.
Tabares with the snap. He's got pressure. Quick throw outside. Captured quickly. And they will mark the ball ahead by about a yard, making it now second and a long one. We'll call it a long one. So they need to get to the, we'll call it the 48-yard line for a first down. So second and a really long one, maybe 2.
That was Alec Pfeiffer on the tackle there in the defensive back position. Nice tackle, really. Those are the tough ones where you kind of have to come flying up. You're supposed to break down and watch the hips, but sometimes that's tough when you come flying up to make a tackle.
They'll run up the middle. Tabares with the ball, with the first down, and the keeper gets into Mingus Marauder territory for the first time in this game. A 16-yard scamper, and Tabares running hard against the Marauders puts his team in a pretty decent spot. In fact, with that 16-yard run, he's now got 31 yards on 4 carries against Mingus. Ball at the 37-yard line of the Marauders. Out of the shotgun is Tabares again. He's got Smith behind him. Man in motion. And they will hand it up the middle. Smith is hit immediately, but dragging the pile forward is the offensive line. And before he goes down, they'll mark it up for maybe a yard and a half or 2.
The Panthers moving the pile again. That one was really blown up at the line of scrimmage by Mingus. Nice penetration, and they're able to keep that one. Even though the pile moves a little bit, they still hold the Panthers to a gain of about a yard.
I think Delhomme got his shoulder pads right directly square with where the hole was, and it stopped quick.
Yeah.
Out of shotgun again is Tabares, 2nd and 9 from the 36-yard line. There's the snap, looking to throw. He's got time, throws the ball deep, underthrown and picked off The Mingus Marauders pick it off, and the third INT of the year goes to Accurso.
Well, he put himself in perfect position there to put himself between the ball and the receiver, and he's in a perfect spot to come down with that football as he's the first one to that highest point to bring it in. And beautiful coverage downfield. We talked in the pregame, the Marauders have been trying to find a way to come up with turnovers in the air with these interceptions. As we look at the replay here, Tavares just dropping back and just launching this one up in the air. 2 Mingus Marauders down there, and Accurso coming down with it. Beautiful play.
Doesn't try to do too much with it, you know what I mean? Went up, got the ball, didn't try to worry about returning it. Just make sure you get the ball. Mingus with the ball back and up the middle. The Marauders go. A short gain. And give them about 4 on it across the 10-yard line. Out to about the 13-yard line goes Accurso from the backfield.
Well, that interception there by Tavares, that's his 10th on the year. He came in tonight with 9. And again, you look at the yardage that the offense for the Panthers has been racking up this year. Good yardage. I mean, they've been putting up some yards, nice big plays, but unfortunately now 10 interceptions. That's really what's been hurting them this year.
Double tight for the Mingus Marauders, and Upham kept it. Had Accurso to the near side, thought about it, and then thought not. And it'll get right back to the line of scrimmage, bringing up 3rd and 5 from about the 14-yard line.
Tanner Fulcher coming up from the strong safety position, the junior, 5'11", 145, flying up the field to make that tackle. A nice play by Fulcher.
Coconino's loaded the box. They jump, and we do have a flag. We'll see who moved first. Whenever the flag comes out like this, have you ever noticed, does it feel like second grade? Because everybody's pointing at each other, right?
I didn't do it. It was him.
Right.
It was him. It wasn't me.
Right,
yeah.
Exactly. Third penalty on Coconino. That will back them up, bringing up a 3rd and a very short, less than 1 for the Marauders. Much more manageable opportunity here for Mingus, trying to get out of their own red zone with 2:03 left to go and a 7-0 lead here in the first half at Coconino. And we will have a timeout on the field. We're going to take a break with them. Oh, no. They're going to measure and see if Mingus got this first out. I think it's short. I think their first call was correct. And Joey Kwiatkowski with the camera right down the line. And there's the pull. And it is, I told you, short, 4 inches. Was that 4 inches?
That doesn't count, though. You didn't call the inches.
Oh, give me a break. Really? I said less than a yard. With my vision, that's pretty good. That's about as accurate as I get at my age, I've been doing this since 1991 for 24 years.
Well, 91, that was a pretty big year for me.
Really? What was that?
That was the year I came into this beautiful world.
Are you serious?
Take that how you want, but.
Oh my gosh, I feel old. 9, count them, 9. Coconino Panthers almost in the backfield. Jordan Upham with the ball, the carry, and a 2-yard gain off the right-hand side. And Coconino is just absolutely run blitzing, anything blitzing.
Yeah, well, they got beat on the ground last week by Prescott, and you have to think that's exactly what they worked on all week in practice, is stopping the run. I mean, knowing that the Marauders are going to come into town with a strong run game, that had to be their focus this week, and we're seeing it pay off so far tonight.
The tuba section doing back in black out here. Great push by the offensive line for the Mingus Marauders, and what should have been a 2-yard gain. Alec Pfeiffer behind the offensive lineman went for a good solid, call it 7.
Well, the Marauders keeping the clock rolling here as we approach 1 minute, about 1:10 left before we go into halftime.
Mingus has all 3 timeouts here. First down here, you might see them possibly start taking some of these timeouts. Mingus with the snap. Misdirection coming the opposite way is Tristan Clark, and the misdirection is read well, and he will gain about a yard. 3rd and 1 with less than 50 seconds left to go in the first half.
Not seeing as many big plays popping for the Marauders tonight like we've seen in recent weeks and actually throughout this season. Again, the Panthers doing a nice job staying disciplined and keeping the Marauders somewhat in check, even though the Marauders are leading 7-0.
And there goes Upham. There's the big play we were talking about. As he goes up the middle, he will go the distance all the way from the 29-yard line, looking for litter on the field. Do not see it. Upham just around the tackle on the keeper and then straight up the gut against the Coconino Panthers.
Yeah, once he gets through that first level, he is off to the races and just outruns everyone on the field. That's like, 10 seconds after I say the Panthers have been keeping Mingus from that big play. But again, Marauders showing how quickly they can put points up on the board.
71 yards, and that's probably less than a 10-second 70-yard gap. Meyer looking to dot the I with the extra point, and it is good. So with 18 seconds left, and what a heartbreaker for the Coconino Panthers. So close to going into halftime, only down by 7, now down by 2 scores. 14-0. We're going to take a quick little break. We'll return to Coconino High School after this.
Cheerleading, tumbling, gymnastics.
We are Flip City Gym.
We have classes for boys and girls of all ages and skill levels.
Flip City Gym offers competitive co-ed cheerleading with world champion coaches.
Ask about tumbling and gymnastics.
Or our health and fitness-based academic preschool.
The only one of its kind in Northern Arizona.
Enjoy open gym Fridays and Saturdays. Stop by for your free class or find out more at flipcitygym.org.
Mingus takes the ball from their own 18-yard line after the Accurso interception, puts points on the board. 18 seconds left, and Meyer looking to kick off and then play a little special teams defense. They kick it far wide. They're going to try to bring it up the middle. Mingus trying to track it down to the outside, and a good job in making the tackle inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, the return man went up the middle. He tried bouncing it out to the right-hand side, but the contain of the Marauders was there, and then he actually got run down from behind.
By Kelly.
Yeah, and taken down by Kelly. So
once again, thank you, Dad, for bringing my jersey to the game.
Yeah, it's kind of important you match out there.
Oh, Tyler Kelly. Okay, he had his jersey. Tyler Kelly had his jersey. All right, so the Mingus Marauders have 12 seconds to play defense here. Coconino has shown the ability to put the ball up in the air. They have only tried going deep once. It resulted in an Accurso interception. Quarterback's back. Tabares does the screen up the middle, and Mingus defends it pretty well. A 10-yard gain, close to a 10-yard gain. 4 ticks left on the clock, and they call timeout, so Coconino has one more shot at this. Now, 4 seconds last week against Bradshaw was, 13 plays?
I'll tell you what, Bradshaw, really, they didn't come away with any points on that final drive, but they did a great job of getting what they could out of the 129 or whatever they had, running as many plays as they could. But on that screen attempt right there by the Panthers, they pick up 10 yards, but that really was set up to pick up much more than that, as Pete Kelly, number 21, came flying in to make that tackle and prevent the big gain. The big gain that the Panthers were really looking for here is 6 seconds left in the first half. Mingus up 14-0.
5 completions on the day so far for the quarterback from Coconino High School. And he's got 29 yards to show for it. So Mingus has allowed the short stuff up underneath, but nothing downfield. Mingus, 3 free safeties. You got Clark, you've got Tyler Kelly, and Mingus backing up deep. Got to keep it in front of you. Tabares looking for somewhere to go. Now he's got a scamper. Cole Phelps has got a line on him, and he throws it out of bounds for the last play of the first half. He didn't down it this time. He threw it out of bounds, but that's how the half will end. Coconino frustrated as, I love this play, I love the clock. Immediately it flips to 15 minutes, so apparently we now have 14:46 left on the clock, right?
Yeah. Yep. That's about as much time as we got here for halftime, but real quick, score update coming out of Bradshaw Mountain and Flag. Bradshaw leading Flag going into halftime 21-0.
Well, we're going to keep it here for just a moment to see if there is a penalty. The teams have not left for the second half. They still call him for intentional grounding because there was no receiver in the vicinity. Now, there were 3 receivers. They just happened to be on the Mingus sideline and not Coconino Panthers. So they're going to mark off the penalty, a loss of down. And the question is, though, why Mingus would accept it. Or maybe they weren't given a choice, and here we have another opportunity. So Coconino ends up with a broken play, a penalty, and then they throw the ball away, take the penalty, and get another shot, and they kneel on it. So here at halftime, the Mingus Marauders on top of the Coconino Panthers by a score of 14-0. We will get into our Oxendale Chrysler Dodge and Jeep halftime report right after this.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips, with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on Texaco fuel with your Safeway Rewards card. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to pick up those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here. With something for everyone.
At the Suzy Q Market.
Remember, please shop local first.
Go Marauders!
Pond Palace offers a wide selection of jewelry, electronics, musical instruments, firearms, and much more. And if you need money for that unforeseen financial burden, Tanner, Natalie, or Rob can get you a loan using your valuable items and collectibles. Scrap gold, silver, jewelry, guns, and electronics are all accepted. Visit Pond Palace on Calvary Way at 89A in the Dome Building, open 6 days a week, and online at pondpalaceaz.com.
Taylor Waste has been voted the #1 residential garbage service 12 years in a row in Cottonwood and 8 years in a row in Sedona.
Why? Because Taylor Waste always offers dependable and efficient garbage service and clean, eco-friendly curbside recycling and positive customer service.
Taylor Waste offers a separate recycling container, and our recycling program is clean rather than commingled with garbage.
To start service, call your locally owned Taylor Waste, dedicated to providing service tailored to your needs.
Since 1993, Rice Accounting has been assisting Verde Valley residents with their tax returns. A proud part of the National Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, Rice Accounting can prepare all state and federal returns. They can file electronically or prepare paper returns. They're open year-round to assist you with personal and business taxes, quarterlies, payroll, and account services.
Please come on in to Rice Accounting Jackson Hewitt Tax Service. We're open year-round for all of your taxing needs. Thank you.
Welcome to the Halftime Report, brought to you by Oxendale Dodge Chrysler Jeep, your dealer for the people. Stick around for the first half recap, including Marauder highlights, scores, and stats.
Welcome, the cheerleaders from Coconino High School on the field, entertaining the crowd. We have had all sorts of entertainment out here. We started with a band from California, Los Ostos, and they were absolutely phenomenal. 200 kids in that band in town, high school band in town for an NAU competition called Band Aid. We have been hearing from the Coconino band. The whole tuba section is right in front of us. Our windows literally vibrate when they get low.
Did you count 12 of them?
I did.
13?
Yeah, 12 brass tubas.
Something like
11 leaping football players. So, it's a really bad song, but nonetheless. And then now we got the cheerleaders out on the field. Mingus winning the game on the scoreboard and winning the game pretty much offensively, defensively, but it's been interesting. It's been a breakaway that's been the serious difference in this game.
Yeah, it really has. I mean, that last, right before halftime, Upham with that 70-yard rushing touchdown there. But before that, I mean, really, what's impressed me is the Panthers' defense. I mean, they really have been, they're going in down 14-0, but they have really kept the Panthers offensively really in check somewhat. And there, I think you have to be pretty happy with the way you're playing if you are the Coconino Panthers on defense, at least. Just kind of stopping this team in Mingus that can really do a lot on the ground and pick up big yards, and they've been doing a great job tonight so far.
Mingus scoring on average better than 34-36 a game right now at halftime with 14. Mingus did not score in the first quarter at all, which is unusual. I don't think that has happened this year as of yet, so Coconino can put that straw and feather in their cap as well. But first play of the second quarter, and it was an 8-yard keeper by Upham. Great blocking on the far side, and Upham scampers for 8 yards and his first touchdown in a couple of games. And it would go all the way until the end. Very beginning, and then the last offensive play for Mingus. In the middle was kind of tough, but this one, 18 seconds left. Phenomenal job by the offensive line, and when Upham gets behind you, he is gone.
Oh, yeah, he left everyone else on the field behind him by 10 yards on that play. But you said it. I mean, we saw the first touchdown run. Great block by the offensive line and creating that hole. And then really there on the 70-yard touchdown run, he just had a huge, huge hole in the middle of that line. And once he got through it, really making it pretty easy for Upham. He's just got to run straight and beat everyone else behind him.
Great fake.
Yeah.
Great fake sets that play, and then he was able to come around where the tackle was coming from and went right through that hole. And then that's the scare that you have. And Coach Reed, Travis Reed from Oxendale would agree with me. The problem with putting 9 or 10 men on the line of scrimmage is if a hole happens, there's nobody behind you.
Yeah.
And it was great blocking downfield. I saw Tristan Clark and Accurso both out of the backfield, downfield blocking on the outside so that when Jordan Upham got through the middle, he had nobody coming at him from a side angle at all.
Yeah, that downfield blocking, the blocking on the outside has really been a common theme that we've been seeing here. I mean, man, the receivers for Mingus have just been doing a phenomenal job this year of picking up those blocks downfield. It starts with the offensive line there, and then even when you can count on that outside play this season, that outside pitch to either side of the field, the success a lot is because of the blocking on the outside.
Juan Ruiz is missed both defensively and offensively with that high ankle sprain. The only member on the Northern Arizona Healthcare Injury Report as we enjoy the band from Coconino on the field entertaining the crowd. A rather large band once again. And is that
a football player in there?
Football player. Number 70 down on the field, not in the halftime with his group, but on the field with his other group. Braden Ty, a sophomore offensive and defensive tackle, out there playing.
That's awesome.
In the brass section with something. That is fantastic. Absolutely love that. If I remember correctly, I saw him as a freshman doing this last year, too. I think so. Well, we're going to take a break here in the Oxendale Chrysler Dodge halftime report. And when we return, we'll get more of the band, we'll get more of the stats, and more of what's going to be coming up in key and crucial in the second half after this.
I believe everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car today.
Hi, I'm Matt Oxendale. I offer solutions to the everyday problems that keep most people stuck in a car they hate. Hey guys.
Hey Matt.
Last time we were here to buy a car, my wife and I could shop on the lot while our kids were in the play area and watched after. It's for our family and also for our business, and they've always been able to find exactly what we've been looking for.
Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep, a dealer for the people.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout.
Here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Cheerleading, tumbling, gymnastics. We are Flip City Gym. We have classes for boys and girls of all ages and skill levels.
Flip City Gym offers competitive co-ed cheerleading with world champion coaches.
Ask about tumbling and gymnastics.
or our health and fitness-based academic preschool.
The only one of its kind in northern Arizona.
Enjoy open gym Fridays and Saturdays. Stop by for your free class or find out more at flipcitygym.org.
America's most innovative off-road vehicles are all on sale during the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance. Get our biggest rebate ever on Razor XP 1000. Save $1,000 on remaining 2015s while they last. Get our lowest price ever on Ace 4x4. This all-new off-road experience is just $64.99 after rebate. Get the year's best deals during the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance.
Visit Cottonwood Motorsports at Route 260 and Western Drive.
Digitel, a Verizon premium wireless retailer. Come in today and get on America's largest, most reliable wireless network. Get unlimited nationwide talk and text and devices from all the hottest manufacturers. Find Digitel, your local Verizon premium wireless retailer, in the Flagstaff Mall, in Cottonwood at 960 South Main Street, in Payson at 401 North Beeline Highway, Prescott Valley at Glassford Hill Marketplace, and in Prescott with locations in the Prescott Gateway Mall, and the shops at Prescott Gateway.
Back here at Coconino High School, hey, we have got games on the road here tonight. McClintock next week, first time we've matched up with them. Then we come home for our final home game and senior night against the Flagstaff Eagles on the 23rd and the night before Halloween. We take the trip over the hill for the Prescott game, which will end the Yavapai Cup, and that'll be a very strong game for the section situation.
Yeah, that's going to be, I mean, what a way to end the season there. I mean, really, there's no way looking in the future, see what the stakes of that game's going to be, but I mean, if it's anything, if they keep playing like they've been playing so far this year, I mean, that's going to be a tough one and a really key game for the Marauders, especially if it comes down to who's going to be making the playoffs, because it's going to be looking like it's going to shape up to be a pretty interesting mix and difficult decision.
Prescott looking like they're strongly going toward a 6-1 record right now at halftime with a 34-6 lead against the Prospectors from Apache Junction. That's a long ride. That is Eastern Albuquerque, I swear.
Hey, putting up points like that on the road after a big trip like that's pretty impressive.
Looking at the prep polls here as we go through some of the PowerPoints, we talked about the top 5, and in the top 5, Maricopa at number 3 still has to take on the Bradshaw Mountain Bears or vice versa. So that'll be an interesting one. Number 5, Verrado, still has to face Desert Edge, and Desert Edge is currently sitting 7th. But their only 2 losses on the season came to some of the best teams in the state. Sunny Slope, the Vikings, who beat Bradshaw earlier in the season by a score of 33-3. They're 5-1 and number 6. Betty H. Fairfax is sitting at number 8. Vista Grande at 9, and then Mingus at 10. But right now, Mingus a full point behind Vista Grande for the 9th position. So the question is whether or not Mingus has the ability to stray upward toward a home game in the playoffs. Absolutely not possible without a win finishing out the section undefeated.
Yeah, I mean, you are going to have to finish the section strong. I mean, and possibly, go through pretty much winless to get that home field. I mean, it definitely, if you look at it, regardless, you have to have a win here tonight, I would say. I mean, facing a Coconino, that would be 2 back-to-back wins in the section for Marauders against, obviously, we talked about it over and over again, a huge win last week against Bradshaw. Getting it done again and back-to-back weeks would be huge for the Marauders going into the rest of their section.
Prescott's last most difficult games as the season seems to be shaping up. Bradshaw game 9, Mingus game 10. Trunk or Treat is coming around for Halloween, both the 30th and 31st at Flip City Gymnastics right next to our studios in Cottonwood. And if you want to be a sponsor and you actually want to have a Trunk or Treat location out there, you can do so. Contact our friends at Flip City Gymnastics. They'll also be doing fundraisers for their cheerleading squad. They've got 3 different regional tournaments that they want to go to, with the possibility of qualifying for the summit at Disney World coming up or early next year, which would be absolutely phenomenal. So they're looking to put together another world champion cheerleading squad at Flip City Gymnastics. We want to thank Oxendale, Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep, our halftime sponsor. And, of course, if you get nervous buying a car, and it is a big purchase. It is a big purchase, and they want to take the nervousness right out of it and make everything just as easy as possible. In other words, you're going to find exclusive benefits at Oxendale that you're not going to get anywhere else. They're not going to bully you. Like, you've got 14 seconds to sign for this car. There's sales techniques out there that, just happen.
Hey, they're banking that you crack under pressure.
Right. Well, you know what? They're going to bank on the fact that you're going to make a decision that you want to make. That's what they're banking on. You also have the right to an engine warranty, because nobody likes lemons except an Abe, right? I like lemonade.
Lemonade's good, yeah.
Right. I know I like lemonade, but lemons and vehicles, not a good combination. You obviously want to walking away with something not only you love, but you actually need. Okay. I absolutely love little sports cars. But when you're dragging football players to Wickenburg, they're not very good. So what you need and what you love, and maybe finding the best of both worlds, is what you're going to find at Oxendale, Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep. And you can go in and ask for Coach Reed and ask for him yourself. And he'll give you the full tour of the experience available, the buying experience at Oxendale, Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep.
Yeah, I mean, hey. I like a new vehicle, right?
Yeah.
It seems like that's the place to go. Seems like listening to the interviews every week, every home week, really seems like they have the people in mind there and your best interest. So,
if you didn't get your Vinny's Pizza in, you can still call. They probably will still deliver. 646-3333. Ask for the Marauder special. Hey, while the cheerleaders are on the field here, half number 2 just around the corner, a couple of minutes away. Mingus leading 14-0. We're going to take our final break in the Oxendale Chrysler Jeep halftime report. And when we come back, we're going to look at some interesting stats that you're going to find quite curious. Will Mingus rush for another 300 yards? Yeah, we'll tell you where they are so far right after this.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips, with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on Texaco fuel with your Safeway Rewards card. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to pick up those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here.
With something for everyone.
At the Suzy Q Market. Remember, please shop local first.
Go Marauders!
Wake up and live Moss at your local Cottonwood Taco Bell. The next generation of breakfast is here. Introducing the Biscuit Taco, AM Crunch Wrap, Cinnabon Delights, and fresh brewed 100% Colombian coffee. Convenient hours, drive-through, and open late every night. Visit your local Taco Bell. Located on 89A and Cove Parkway in Cottonwood. Taco Bell. Live Moss.
This has been the Oxendale Dodge Chrysler Jeep Halftime Report. We'll meet you back on the air as exciting Mingus Marauder football returns for half number 2 right after this.
At Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep, we believe everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car today.
Hi, I'm Matt Oxendale. Other dealers will tell you how great they are, but at Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep, our customers do the talking for us.
I've been buying from Oxendale for the last 10 to 15 years. I always get good service, and I know I can shop locally here and get the same deal I'm going to get anywhere, and appreciate the fact that you can buy locally and get taken care of here.
Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep, a dealer for the people.
Welcome back, one and all. The Mingus Marauders trying to go 6-1. The Coconino Panthers trying to even up their record at 4-4. They already have 3 wins on the season, which is what they topped out at last season at 3-7. So Coconino trying to improve under the tutelage of a relatively new coach.
Yeah, a relatively new coach indeed. I mean, actually a coach. If you live here in Arizona, northern Arizona, you know that rivalry between Coconino and Flagstaff.
Yes.
And actually, the coach right now here for Coconino, Jeremiah Smith, head coach. Last time he coached was in 2009. He came in January 2013 after leaving his role at Flagstaff. Had to finish up some teaching at Coconino before he could take over the head coaching position. But he was with the junior varsity team for a little bit. Last season assisted with the varsity team and, has taken over the program. And, that's got to be weird when you're playing, go over to Coconino when they play Flagstaff. That has to be a special game for him.
Oh, I imagine so. Those roots run deep without a doubt. Hey, let's take a look at some of the stats here in the first half for the home squad. The Coconino Panthers quarterback Cristo Tabares ends up 5 for 9, 29 yards, 1 interception. The 1 interception occurs, so really their only attempt to go downfield any depth. Everything else has been 6 yards, 8 yards or under, the short passes. Favorite receiver out here, Smith actually rushes, 8 rushes, 33 yards, averaging 4.1 yards per carry on the ground. No touchdowns. 60 rushing yards in the first half for the Panthers, just making their way to the field. Mingus already out on the field. 89 total yards for the Coconino Panthers. The Mingus Marauders looking to hit that 300 mark. Now, where are we? How are we doing on that average of 300 yards per game so far?
Well, 3,000. They average about 312 yards per game here coming into tonight. And you look at it right there, Upham, 8 carries tonight for 90 yards, 2 touchdowns. Alec Pfeiffer, again, running hard tonight, again with 4 carries, 37 yards, 115 rushing yards. So, hey, about halfway there. We'll see what they can do in the second half to kind of have yet another game with 300 rushing yards. And right now, they are on track with 1,876 rushing yards on the season. Add 150 to that. They're on track to yet another season of 3,000 rushing yards.
That is impressive.
Yes, very impressive.
That is impressive. That's not like a half marathon, at least, right? So something along those lines. Also running the ball well for the Mingus Marauders. They have handed off to several backs out here throwing the ball. Upham is only 1 for 4, 6 yards in the game, only 1 reception so far. Tristan Clark has been held in check. Negative yards on 5 carries out here. Pete Kelly, 1 carry for 3 yards. Curso's got 2 for 19. Good average there. Phelps has got a couple of rushes. First rushes that I can remember at the moment. He's got 2 for 7 for the Mingus Marauders here tonight. What are the keys to the second half here?
Well, I think for the Panthers, they really have been doing a pretty good job. They gave up that 70-yard touchdown run to Upham, but if you take that away, I mean, they've been doing a good job against this rushing game for Mingus. We see that play that Mingus has been having success with the pitch on the outside. They've been really, for the most part tonight, keeping that in check and being able to flush that one back inside and prevent Mingus from picking up big yards there. But for Mingus, I think it's just, staying within what you do. I mean, your offense obviously on the ball, running the ball. If the blocking on the outside, they just have to keep doing. But defensively, I mean, this is a team in the Panthers offense that will turn the ball over. We've seen 2 turnovers tonight already that the Marauders have forced. The first one was on a punt, and the Panthers were returning the punt, and the ball actually went off the chest of their return man, and Pete Kelly picked it up, and he actually picked it up in stride, ran it in for a touchdown, but they said you could not progress after that. They called him down, and Mingus got the ball. And then Accurso, you mentioned Jackie, with an interception there in the second quarter. Beautiful interception where he just the ball downfield, down the sideline. Accurso put himself between the receiver and the ball, and he comes down with it. Mingus ended up scoring thanks to that interception.
4 men deep for the Mingus Marauders. They will receive to start the second half here at Coconino High School. The Panthers set to kick. The ball kind of deep down to the 10-yard line. Here comes Tristan Clark up the middle. He's got some room. Chooses to go to the near side, outside, and then ran into the back of one of his own men, allowing one of the Coconino Panthers to catch up with him at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, on the tackle right there, that was number 15, C.J. Anderson. You watch the replay here. Kick not too bad, and actually Clark, it looked like he had the room on the left side. He works up the middle, and then he has a nice little angle there, runs into Galloway. And then he's tackled from behind by C.J. Anderson. And it's a little scary anytime you see a guy running up behind the guy with the ball and tackling him from behind, as you see a lot of fumbles come out of that.
Well, they'll look at that one at films, and I'm pretty sure he's going to want that one back.
Yep.
Upham will fake one side and go off tackle to the right-hand side, scamper in for about 4 yards to start the second half offensively for the Marauders.
Well, I think Mingus, they really want to move the ball a little bit more than they did in the first half. Really not moving the ball like we usually see this season, but give credit again to the Panthers on that, and we'll see, starting with good field position here, Mingus, and when they do, they usually have success.
Second and about 5 yards for the Mingus Marauders. And this one will go off tackle once again. There goes Upham around the corner. He's got some room near the 20-yard line, 30-yard line, and out of bounds. He'll pick up the 5 that he needs for the first down, and we will tack on nearly another 18 from that point. And Mingus, give him 21 on the carry, and very quickly, we got another 100-yard rusher for the Mingus Marauders in number 10, the senior Jordan Upham.
Yeah, another success with a running play off tackle in the first half. Really, that was kind of their bread and butter on the ground, is running off tackle. Again, we talked about that play. Pitch on the outside was stopped, but they've been having success up tackle.
And Upham keeps it himself and will trip up inside. He had a curso for the pitch to the outside. Didn't take it, and it'll be a short gain. So 3 straight carries by the quarterback from Mingus.
Yeah, it looked like he just slipped a little bit on the turf, and he's wishing that it was, the NFL. He didn't get touched when he went down. He popped right back up.
Well, I didn't see it because here at Coconino High School, you've got these metal beams in front of you. So we had him. He had the ball, and then there was a metal beam, and then the play was over. Looking to throw the ball. He's got a man wide open, far side. Reception is made. Scampering down the sideline for a first down and some more. The Mingus Marauders, it appeared as though was that Anderson, number 32, with his first reception of the season.
Yep, C.J. Anderson, or Carson Anderson, just there in the flat, bringing that pass in. Nice pass by Upham, and Anderson was just kind of turned around and sat there waiting for the ball, as he had really no one within 5-10 yards of him. And nice little pickup there in the air for the Marauders, and now, again, threatening to put some points on the board here to open up the second half.
24 yards on the reception are the Mingus Marauders. The new line of scrimmage inside the 10. We'll call it the 5 from our angle. One back in the backfield. Wing. Here goes Upham around the corner. Nope. Bounces to the outside even further and in for the touchdown. He is so elusive as he gets the pat on the head from the referee. He kindly comes up as a gentleman, hands the ball to the referee instead of throwing it like most people do. Hands the ball and he gets the pat on the head. Good job. Came to the outside. Did you see his inside cut? I want to go there. Nope, that stopped. And bounces it back outside for the 5-yard touchdown. His third touchdown of the game, sir.
Yeah, he just kept working to the left side, running outside and looking for that hole to cut it up the middle.
The extra point is up and good. Meyer is 3 for 3. The Marauders take the first drive of the second half and run the gamut. A good leadoff kickoff return by Tristan Clark sets up the Marauders at midfield. They make it happen with 9:30 left to go in the third quarter. Mingus now up 21-0. We'll return after this.
At Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep, we believe everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car today.
Hi, I'm Matt Oxendale. Other dealers will tell you how great they are, but at Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep, our customers do the talking for us. Hi, Denise.
I just recently purchased my 4th vehicle from Oxendale. It's a 2010 Kia Soul, and I love it. And the reason I continue to come here after all these years is because not only do they have wonderful service, they treat you very professional.
Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep, a dealer for the people.
Mingus with the kickoff back here at Coconino High School. Received on the far side, now trying to cut it to the near side. He's going to get around one corner. He's got 2 men to beat, and they will run him down at about the 33-yard line. Good, decent return out there for Coconino as they've got decent starting position for the second half.
Yeah, that's what they needed, just that comfort of knowing you have a lot of room behind you. You don't have your goal line 5-10 yards behind your back, but a nice return there and good position here to start the Panthers' opening drive for this second half.
Panthers, 29 yards on the ground, 60 yards, or in the air rather, 60 yards on the ground to Tabaris, their leading rusher in the first half. That would be the quarterback. He is back, takes the snap, looks to hand it off, does so, and Mingus snuffs that one out pretty much at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he ran into a wall of Marauders linemen right there, as really there was nowhere to go from the beginning.
Weston Smith has 1 fumble on the game. Now he's got 9 carries in the game for 33 yards. And Mingus has held him relatively in check. Came into today's game with over 560 yards, so pretty close to 100-yard per game back, although Coconino has 7 games under their belt. Man in motion, looking at the jet sweep. Here it comes. Stabrith stays home and takes the stiff arm, holds onto the arm, spins him around, do-si-do, and back you go. And it should be a near loss or no gain on the play. It looks like they're going to bring it back close to the original line of scrimmage at the 31-yard line. So 3rd down now, and we'll actually call it a loss of about 2. So 3rd and 12 out here for the Coconino Panthers.
Yeah, they have the jet sweep motion coming from left to right, and once the ball snapped, Tabaris just kind of flips it up there to the sweep man, and nice job by Stabref to just kind of stay home there and make the tackle for a loss.
You grab that stiff arm. Quarterback's looking back to throw. Throws across the middle, and Stabreth had it in the hand. Oh, man. The only thing that saved Tabaris out of that was how hard he threw that ball.
Yeah, definitely. That was a rope, and it looked like he didn't even see Stabref down below as they're trying to go up the middle here. If you watch the replay, he fakes to the left, and there, just almost like he doesn't see Stabref as that's in and out of the hands.
Intended receiver was Jacob Hughes. They've only gotten to him once. Here's the punt on 4th down. Decent punt. Calling for a fair catch is Tristan Clark. 2 Panthers snorting at him in front of him, and he's able to make the catch at the 32-yard line.
Yeah, you mentioned Hughes. He's actually their leading receiver with 317 yards coming into tonight, 8 touchdowns. He's first in the section in receiving.
Tristan Clark looking to be a little more active in the offense. Pretty much shut down in the first half by the Coconino Panthers. But they've seen him a couple of years. They recognize that number. I think sometimes you should change jersey numbers every year. Here come the Mingus Marauders, second drive of the second half. Upham looking to throw. He's got a man downfield wide open, and there is Tristan Clark on his way to the end zone. Will they catch him? No, they will not. Mingus with the long pass from the 32-yard line, and Mingus quickly puts another touchdown on the board, puts another touchdown up on the board. And did I just talk about Tristan? Okay, next time I'm going to talk about a Curso.
Yeah, that was just a nice, beautifully placed pass by Upham as Clark was wide open in the middle of the field. It looked like a post route, and he was just, behind every defender that was out there. And once he caught that in stride, he was off to the races, and 6 on the board for the Marauders. Meyer trying to make it 7 on the board.
And there's a snap, good snap, good hold, and up. Looks good, is good. And Mingus puts 14 on the board quickly here in the third quarter. They have done so in less than 4 minutes and have it took them 2 quarters to do 14 points in the first half. Taking control here in the second half. Mingus up 28-0, so says the Cottonwood Parks and Recreation Center scoreboard. Will return after this.
Pond Palace offers a wide selection of jewelry, electronics, musical instruments, firearms, and much more. And if you need money for that unforeseen financial burden, Tanner, Natalie, or Rob can get you a loan using your valuable items and collectibles. Scrap gold, silver, jewelry, guns, and electronics are all accepted. Visit Pond Palace on Calvary Way at 89A in the Dome Building, open 6 days a week, and online at pondpalaceaz.com.
8:13 left to go. This one's going into the end zone. The kickoff I am referring to, and unable to do anything but catch it on the run is the return man, number 15, C.J. Anderson. So Mingus and Myers pin the Coconino squad deep to start this one. Thank you, I appreciate that. And they'll start at the 20-yard line.
Well, Coconino trying to get something going. They really haven't had much working for them so far in this second half, but we have seen glimpses. I mean, in the first half, there was 3 or 4 plays where we saw Tabaris really making things happen with his feet, almost on that interception the drive before. With the interception, we saw the zip on the pass.
Smith will get the ball and brought down quickly. They'll give him really no gain on the play. Maybe just a little. And Coconino with the ball right at the 20-yard line. No, 0 gain on the play. Go back to the spread, although they've been pretty consistent with it. Tabaris in the backfield. Smith still behind him. Looking to make something happen. Got to get his team back in it. Looking downfield. Now he's got to scramble. Contained well. Throws the ball downfield. Had a man, but it was well covered. Overthrows his receiver out there. Number 20, Tanner Fulcher.
Yeah, Tabaris trying to, stretch the play out as long as he could, but waiting for a man to get open, and just great coverage downfield by Mingus to really give Tabaris no other option than to throw that one away before he's about to run out of bounds.
Does it appear as though Mingus is going more into a zone against the pass here?
Yeah, it does. I mean, a few attempts downfield now. It seems like Mingus has just been really well covered, and there's been a few complete passes short in those kind of dead spaces.
Back to the ground game go the Panthers. An extra push gives them a relatively decent shot, a 3rd and 10. Now comes down to a 4th and a short, maybe 4th and 9. So Smith grinding out 9 tough yards. And, okay, is it the point in the game, 28-0? Do you go for it?
Oh, man, this is a tough one. You're at about the 30, your own 27, 28-yard line. It looks like they still have their offense out on the field, but, you're down 28-0. The third quarter's flying by. I think you do go for it here.
It's senior day. You're at home. Mingus showing some pressure up the middle. Maybe they're trying to get somebody to jump. Mingus is talking about it. They're holding still. They're going to hand the ball off. Smith surges forward. Did he get it? It's going to be close as they're right at about the 30-yard line. All right, you got a guess on this one?
Yeah, they're going to give it to him. Yeah, he picked up the first down there as they only needed a couple of yards, but sometimes those 2-3 yards on 4th down's the toughest to get there, and the Panthers do pick it up right there. So they get a new fresh set of downs here, down 28-0.
The senior, Weston, would not be denied. Converts the 4th down. Coconino keeps the drive alive with 6:13 left to go. Here comes the jet sweep. No, it's a fake. They're going deep. They've got a man open. Tipped away, then tipped back by the receiver. Oh my goodness, Anderson, great pass defense. Tipped it back toward his own man. The receiver almost caught the tip drill.
Yeah, no, that was perfect place. He didn't try to do too much. As you see here, the coverage, fake the sweep downfield. Anderson just swatting it away. You have number 7, Tyler Kelly, as well down there, who almost caught the interception off of the pat down. But, in that point, you just want to make sure the receiver doesn't catch it. Sometimes guys try to do too much at especially the higher levels, try to do too much. And, it works out here for Mingus. Nice pat down.
2nd and 10 now. They're going to run the ball up the middle. Good hole out there for the Coconino Panthers. And a great push gives them good yardage downfield. And that may have been number 30. Was that number 30 running the ball?
I had pull in my way, so I was trying to.
Yep, ball pull. Oop, there's the ball. Well, that's going to give them another first down, so the drive continues now. Coconino at their own 41-yard line. There's the snap. Out of the backfield, they throw to number 30, who stiff arms and then is pulled down. A great open field tackle on the far side.
Yeah, Tyler Kelly not being pushed away by that stiff arm by number 30. That's Francisco Garcia. Here, as you see, he just comes out here with the pass and out of the backfield into the flat, dumps it off to him, and nice job again to not get pushed away by the stiff arm, and Kelly holds on and pulls down the receiver.
Well, they start teaching that in the Mighty Might level. If they're going to put that arm out, that's the first thing you grab.
Right.
And then you get to do the helicopter tackle, right? Get him swirling and twirling. Tabarez 1 for 4 here in the second half. Here is the makeshift jet sweep. Tabarez keeps it. Great job upfield and downfield as he'll get all the way down into the 25-yard line. First down and so much more. Tabarez running with a passion, gets into Mingus Marauder territory and will pick up 29 on the run.
Yeah, you see he gets the ball out of the shotgun, a little stutter step for a couple seconds, and then he's off and makes a couple nice moves dancing around, and before he's brought down a good ways downfield. There you go, but really the most success that they've been having tonight so far has been whenever Tabarez is keeping the ball and making things happen with his legs.
Looks like Colin, number 33 on the tackle for the Mingus Marauders. But here come the Coconino Panthers trying to put points on the board for the first time in the game. Down at the 25-yard line, Tabarez back, looking to throw, throws it, and throws it out of bounds. Had a receiver open momentarily.
Yeah, that one really no shot for anyone on whether it's offensive or defensive side of the ball to catch that one, as that was pretty much out of bounds. But again, really there was no other place to put it for Tabarez, as the downfield coverage for Mingus was great.
Trying to find a crease in the zone between this guy deep and this guy short.
Yeah, it really seems the completions that they've had have been kind of in that zone where it's okay, I'm letting him go, now you pick him up, and that little dead space is where they've had the success tonight.
And running the ball up the middle and going backward with aggression. The Mingus Marauders will send the quarterback backward. He'll get forward progress back to the line of scrimmage, but Tabarez with a 29-yard run tries to duplicate it and get 0 this time. Mingus stiffens up. Ball at the 25-yard line. Tabarez coming all the way over to the sideline every time to get the play. And that's got to wear on you there pretty well, or he's in great shape. 3rd and 10 are the Coconino Panthers. Trips to the near side. One man in the backfield. Definitely a throwing situation. Here come the Marauders. They put the ball up. It is deep. Pacheco at safety had the best shot at it, and it falls harmlessly to the ground, but it's now 4th and 10 from the 25.
Yeah, he was looking for C.J. Anderson in the middle of the field, and he just threw it probably 10 yards over Anderson's head. I don't know if maybe there was a little confusion on the route that Anderson was going to be running on that play, but really nobody in the vicinity except for a Marauder just outside of the reach for an interception there.
And here come the Panthers. setting up for a field goal attempt. A 42-yard field goal attempt. There is the snap. There is the kick. It could be. Did it get through? And no. It must have just been low.
Wide left, yeah. Low and left, I believe.
Low and left.
Low and left.
Low and left. That sounds like my bowling game. Actually, it looked like it had enough distance, just a little bit off to the left. So Mingus will take over the ball with 3:23 left to go, and Coconino trying to put a 3 on the board. They have not gotten a field goal this year successfully. That would have been their first, and it falls harmlessly, goes left. So Coconino unable to get the goose egg off the board. Mingus still leading 28-0. 3:23, they'll get the ball back.
Well, again, they moved the ball. I mean, they really did cover a good part of the field and just unable to capitalize with some sort of points here at the end of the drive. And, we've talked about it. They have the yards, they put up the yards, and it's just finishing the drives, which has been something that's been a little bit difficult for them. But we see Tavares, a lot of success on the ground with his feet, picking up some big yardage on multiple occasions. But the field goal no good, and now Mingus has the ball.
Mingus will take the snap and looking to throw the ball. The screen to the near side is successful, and picking up yardage as Pfeiffer almost ran out of that tackle.
Yeah, he did. I mean, that one, he caught the ball. Just kind of a little swing pass out to the left side. Once he caught it, he turned upfield, had a defender right in front of him. Not afraid to just lower that shoulder and just bulldoze through the defender. And like you said, Jackie, he almost broke it.
3-yard reception. Actually received it about 6 yards in the backfield. Ran 9, gets credit for 3. And Jordan Upham is, how about this, 3 for 3 in the second half. 95 yards. So he's got over 100 yards throwing the ball. Biggest one, a 68-yard strike and a touchdown to Clark. And he'll keep it himself, scampering to the outside, running through the safety and dragging him up to midfield. And just like that, Upham putting more yardage under the belt for the senior from Mingus Union High School, another 28 on the run.
Well, you see how fast he hits this hole, and he's just gone. Misses 2 or 3 tackles and then just drags the safety for another 10 yards. Hard run there by Upham.
Well, they marked the ball with a 26-yard gain. First down, new set of downs for the Marauders just inside their side of the field. They now have receivers split to both sides of the field. Mingus, different look. Accurso steps back. He's going to block. Upham looking to throw the ball. No, he's going to run the ball. Gets around the corner. Down, a first down, and then out of bounds. And will be knocked out of bounds at the 35-yard line, and a late flag coming in. That would be approximately a 15-yard run, depending on where they mark it. And a late flag down there thrown in. It looked like Upham almost made it to the track off of the turf out here in regards to being that far out of bounds.
Well, he was being chased behind. I mean, that was a great example of just how Upham can take a play that really has no shot at going anywhere, and he just does it with his feet. He gets on the outside. As you see, he's being chased here, flushed out of the pocket by number 30, gets around him and around the edge, takes it up the sideline, and it looks like a late hit.
He was well out.
Yeah.
They marked the ball out at the 40. The hit was at the 35. 15-yard penalty now puts the ball at the 25-yard line, and Mingus, 2 plays, starting to get deep into Coconino territory. There is a horrid pitch.
That's picked.
And that pitch. It was actually picked off. The pitch was picked off, and Clark was hit hard. Was that Clark or Accurso? The pitch was high, and laying down on the ground right now in some pain is Clark. And Clark went to get to that pitch, and that is an interception as he just went up over him and got it. And number 20 was definitely on top of it. That's Tanner Fulcher. It was a clean hit. Clark just did not see him coming, and hopefully the young man just got the wind knocked out of him because he got hit hard.
Yeah, he did. I mean, Fulcher, it almost looked like he knew that play was coming as he was there. Kind of a really when Upham pitched that ball, he really lobbed it up into the air and kind of gave Fulcher just enough time to get there. And he jumped up over Clark, and it looks like Clark may have come down on one of his shoulders and wind knocked out of him, or shoulder. I'm not really too sure, but it was not a head-to-head contact. I mean, definitely Fulcher was well above him and just, really took that ball right out of the air.
Well, while they're attending to Clark down there, and our prayers are with him, we're going to take a little break here from Coconino High School. We'll return where the Mingus Marauders are currently leading the Coconino Panthers. Third quarter action, 1:57 left to go. Score 28-0. We'll return after this.
You'll get more miles for your money at Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros. It starts with matching the right tire for you, your vehicle, and driving habits. And continues with expert brake, alignment, and warranty services to extend the life and performance of your vehicle. And to serve you better, we now offer King Cobra custom exhaust systems. Find out more about our nationwide warranty at Reese'sTire.com.
Back here at Mingus Union High School, well, Mingus turns around and plays defense quickly. Looks like Tristan Clark walked off under his own power, which is phenomenal news.
Yeah, that is kind of a big sigh of relief there for Mingus fans and Mingus players, as well as Clark was laying down there. He had the medical staff kind of just looking over him, working on him a little bit, and he ultimately, while we were on break, got up and was able to walk off untouched on his own power, so that's good to see.
Mingus, wait a second, still with the ball, and Mingus goes and throws. In fact, Meyer threw the pass. Now, wait a second, I thought they had called that an interception, but when they came back out, Mingus was on offense. So, what did I miss here, sir?
Yeah, you know what, I'm not exactly sure. We didn't really get a signal from the referees. But it looked like, that was really a clear takeaway for the Panthers.
Yeah, I am really confused why that was not Panther ball. That appeared to be a very clean interception.
Yeah, his back, when he took that ball out of the air, his back was towards us, so unless when he came down with it, it hit the ground or something happened that we couldn't see. But from our standpoint, it looked like it was pretty clear that was Coconino's ball, but Mingus keeps it on Coconino's side of the 50.
All right, well, Mingus immediately tries the option out there and now tries to run the ball up the middle. Meyer threw the ball way downfield, surprised me because I expected the ball going the other way. So Meyer tried the halfback option, if you will, and it fell to the ground harmlessly. Now Mingus tries it up the middle, and a third and 16 for Mingus, and we'll see where we're going to go with this. Mingus trying to keep its drive alive. Tight formation for the Marauders. We've got motion coming, and across the line it may have come a Panther, and they do call it encroachment.
Well, it looked like the motion in the backfield was the reason one of the Panthers jumped offside there. And that's one thing, that all that activity in the backfield, the different guys move into different places, all that activity in the backfield can get a little bit distracting for the defense. And right there, it proves to work, draws the offsides.
Works against the driver, too, you know. Oh, ball on the ground. Upham picks it up. Now scampers around the corner, makes the corner, stays in bounds, and then goes out of bounds at about the 10 or 11-yard line. And if that's the spot, then that would be a first down. It goes from 3rd and 12-ish to could be a first down inside the red zone and inside the 10-yard line. That ball hit the ground, and that was not Upham running it. By the way, that is Meyer, who is now in at quarterback for the Mingus Marauders. So Meyer getting it done with his feet. So you got a new quarterback in there, and not the same number of snaps with that center. And where are they gonna mark this now? They're bringing the ball back to the 20-yard line. I'm not sure he stepped out there, but that is now going to bring up a, if they mark the ball there, then did they give him the first down and then bring it back? So Mingus now has a first down, or are they going to call this third down, or is this now fourth down? I'm trying to figure out which is the marker that we're going with down here.
Yeah, well, they still have this down on the field as third down.
3rd and 6 is what they show on the field. Myers got a man open, looking to throw the ball, throws it short, underthrows him, had a man quickly outside and open and didn't take the outlet man.
Yeah, he was just kind of, it looked like that's, your last check down is the guy out of the backfield in the flat, and he clearly wasn't looking at him. He was looking downfield and waiting for the receiver downfield to kind of come back towards him, and was unable to complete that pass.
So, all right, let's get the story straight for you out here. We are just outside the red zone, 21-yard line, 4th down, and Meyer, who has been the quarterback, is going to turn around and attempt what would be a field goal from about 33 yards. It is up and good. Meyer hits his 6th field goal of the year from the 33-yard line, and that is a awesome field goal, 43 yards. It goes into the records, and it had plenty of distance. So Mingus now takes a 31-0 lead over Cocoa. We'll take a quick break and return for kickoff right after this.
Since 1993, Rice Accounting has been assisting Verde Valley residents with their tax returns. A proud part of the National Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, Rice Accounting can prepare all state and federal returns. They can file electronically or prepare paper returns. They're open year-round to assist you with personal and business taxes, quarterlies, payroll, and account services.
Please come on in to Rice Accounting Jackson Hewitt Tax Service. We're open year-round for all of your taxing needs. Thank you.
Meyer will kick this one off into the end zone, and the young man's leg is getting stronger. Not only does he do the touchback, but a 43-yard field goal now makes his longest of his high school career as a Marauder.
Well, an update out of the Bradshaw flag game. It's in the third quarter. Bradshaw up 43-0 over Flag. 43-0 in the third.
2-section shutouts underway right now as the Marauders shutting out the Coconino Panthers 31-0. 52 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Tabares takes the snap, looking downfield, overthrows his man, and Mingus, who has been in a zone, that looked much more like a man-on-man coverage.
Yeah, it did. Earlier on in this half, we saw a couple of open areas where you would usually see different zones kind of ending, if you will. They were completing some passes. The Panthers were in that area. But right there, like you said, looked like man coverage.
Spread formation has been the norm out here. Tabares looking to run, and he'll get caught up. Running him down from behind is Tyler Kelly. And that'll go as a sack. Our first sack of the game. Tyler Kelly.
Tyler Kelly picking up his now on the season 7.5 sacks on the season. He came into this game with his brother at 3 and 4 in the top 5 in sacks. So Tyler Kelly came in number 3 in the section in sacks with 6.5, tied with his brother Pete Kelly with 6.5 as well.
He already had a takeaway, a fumble recovery earlier in the game. Now he gets a 9-yard sack to go along with it. Bringing up 2nd and 19. Tabares back as the buzzer sounds. The ball is up. Another good pass defense out here by Anderson, the cornerback for the Mingus Marauders, playing Anderson, the receiver for the Coconino Panthers. I wonder if they're cousins. And here at the end of third quarter, 31-0. Mingus on top over Coconino. Will return for the 4:48 after this.
Digitel, a Verizon premium wireless retailer. Come in today and get on America's largest, most reliable wireless network. Get unlimited nationwide talk and text and devices from all the hottest manufacturers. Find Digitel, your local Verizon premium wireless retailer, in the Flagstaff Mall, in Cottonwood at 960 South Main Street, in Payson at 401 North Beeline Highway, Prescott Valley at Glassford Hill Marketplace, and in Prescott with locations in the Prescott Gateway Mall, and the shops at Prescott Gateway.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout.
Here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
The fourth quarter will start with a punt coming to the Mingus Marauders. It'll take a big bounce for the Coconino Panthers, and Pacheco will get out of the way of it. Wise choice. That smelled like poison. And the ball will go down to the 30-yard line. So a very effective punt for the Coconino Panthers, and yeah, they're going to make Mingus drive once again.
Yeah, it was a really effective punt. A nice long bounce on that first bounce and went right towards Pacheco. It looked like he was going to shoot back and maybe try and pick that one up, but a wise choice as to leave that one alone.
He done thought about it, huh?
Done thought about it.
You know, it took that bounce and it looked like a candy hop. Yeah. It looked like it, but it was still rolling pretty hard. It had pretty good momentum still left on it.
It's tough to backhand a football.
It is, especially without gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Mingus Marauders trying to set up for their first drive of the fourth quarter. 11:50 left to go in the game. Mingus up 31-0. Let's take a look at some of the stats. Jordan Upham ends the game with over 100 passing yards and over 100 rushing yards. And Meyer back in there for the Mingus Marauders. In fact, Mingus 208 yards on the ground in this game. There's the snap. Myers looking to hand off. It comes up the middle. Rumbling and stumbling and breaking away are the Marauders. And on the way past the 20, the 10, and Pete Kelly with the touchdown. A 70-yard touchdown run. And the senior Kelly puts some points on the board for the Mingus Marauders. A 70-yard breakaway.
Yeah, he breaks a couple arm tackles at the line of scrimmage, another one there at the second level, and then he's gone. And, man, big play there on the ground for Pete Kelly as he just takes this one himself and runs in for a touchdown. Nice play there by Mingus. And, again, if you look at it on that replay, you could see the big hole on the line. So, again, this offensive line for Mingus putting in work tonight.
Good snap, good hold, and Meyer is perfect for the night in the kicking game. All of his extra points and a 43-yard field goal. Doesn't take long. 11:38 left to go, and Mingus now on top of Coco by a score of 38-0. We'll return after this.
Wake up and live Moss at your local Cottonwood Taco Bell. The next generation of breakfast is here. Introducing the Biscuit Taco, AM Crunch Wrap, Cinnabon Delights, and fresh brewed 100% Colombian coffee. Convenient hours, drive-through, and open late every night. Visit your local Taco Bell. Located on 89A and Cope Parkway in Cottonwood. Taco Bell. Live Moss.
Here's the kickoff. Meyer sends it into the end zone once again, and the referee with the white hat will call a touchback. And Coconino been denied on the last several kickoffs the opportunity at a return.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Meyer looks like his legs getting stronger and stronger as the last two have been into the end zone. Prescott leading Apache Junction, update 55-22. Prescott over Apache Junction.
That's two pairs.
Oh,
two fives, two twos, yeah.
You starting, counting buses from the band, and then 6 + 2 is 8.
I goodeth at math.
I wish I had a gold star to put right there on your chest.
Yeah, it'd end up on my forehead somewhere, I'm pretty sure. Tabares takes the snap. Ooh, he's got pressure, throws to the near side, throws high. And what appeared to be open really wasn't. The intended receiver out there was Hughes. And I got to check and see if Hughes actually has a catch. He comes in as their leading receiver. And Tyler Kelly has been pretty much on him defensively. He's only got one reception in the game for 2 yards.
2 yards, wow. Well, he comes in as the section leader with receiving yards. He came into tonight with 317. But as you mentioned, Kelly doing a great job on him tonight.
2nd and 10 from the Coconino 20. Shotgun once again, and Tabares is going to keep it and run right at Tyler Kelly, who takes the contact and able to make the tackle. That's a tough young man.
Yeah, no, it really is. I mean, it looked like Tabares was going to try and juke around it, but he ran right into Tyler Kelly, who just planted his feet in the ground, took the hit, and actually Tabares had Tyler Kelly in the front, and then Trevor Galloway came and made the tackle from behind as well.
Well, those two are a little bit more even as far as size. Christo Tabares, a senior 6'1", 210, outweighs Tyler Kelly by a lot. And, ooh, the pass out of the backfield. Smith had it. In fact, he got Kelly turned around. Pete Kelly turned around from the linebacker position, came out on a quick out, and did a great job getting open. And that play was there, right there. It was just barely thrown just a little bit behind him. Otherwise, I think Weston Smith had a chance at a first down and more. So 4th down again, 4th and 7. And Coconino looking to punt again.
Tell you what, this crowd staying loud.
Pacheco back for the Marauders, looking to get a good candy bounce. And takes the ball at the 35-yard line, slithers his way forward for about an 8-yard return.
If he didn't pick that one up, I was going to say again for the second time, it looked like he wanted to pick it up on the bounce, and he got a nice hop right to his chest, and he does, and picks up a few yards. And that one actually looked like it was going to continue rolling to benefit the Panthers, but Pacheco picks it up and reverses it on that one.
You know, sometimes as a batter, you get up and you know, I'm going to swing at this pitch. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to swing it. He may have been out there. I'm going to get this one.
No matter what happens, I'm bringing it in. I want to run.
If I can touch it, I'm going to get it. So Meyer for the Mingus Marauders over center. Vincent, he'll take the snap, hand the ball off right side. This one gets stacked up by number 88. And Pfeiffer with the run. A few yards. Actually, that's a great spot. Give him almost 5 as the tubas rumble again.
Rumbling the press box. Feel it shaking here underneath our feet.
Pfeiffer at 37 yards in the first half. Only has 2 carries here in the second half. And once again, poorly placed Coconino poles are going to inhibit some vision here. Coconino with 8 in the box once again. Ball up the middle. Pfeiffer got tackled by the ball, came back actually, and got himself turned around. Maybe 3 yards of forward progress, and holy cow.
Late flag. Wow, he launched that one in there, the ref.
That might be Olympic-sized throw.
Did you see
from
that?
The back
he covered
judge.
20 yards with that throw. Wow. Let's see what they call here. It was really, really a late thrown flag.
That had to be well weighted. That one has to be well weighted. Unsportsmanlike conduct against both. All right, offsetting penalties. See, official do-over.
That surprises me. I mean, you have, first off, you know, here in high school football, you want to think you would want to penalize any type of unsportsmanlike conduct.
You would think
so. You know, both teams doing it at offsets, so where does it take the retaliation out of the factor in there? I mean, if I get shoved in the chest and then I retaliate, if it's going to get called on both and offset.
Well, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
However, as a head coach, you just threw away 15 yards.
True. There you go. That's the point right there, I guess.
So I guess you call it so that the head coach can maybe discipline it. 2 men in the backfield for the Mingus Marauders, 2 men wide to the left, and Mingus will run up the middle, getting the first down. However, I think I saw a flag fly from the near judge at the 50-yard line, which was the line of scrimmage. So they're going to mark the ball if it stands, a 4-yard gain and a first down, and an illegal procedure against the Mingus Marauders will back that up. Do you think Coco will accept the penalty?
Looks like, yeah, they are going to accept the penalty and move him back on me. I'm just trying to figure out what to say there. But, yeah, as that one was accepted rather quickly.
I'm not sure they actually gave him a choice. You are accepting this, right?
It was maybe one of those questions where, okay, I thought it was just an automatic yes. I don't know how to respond to this.
Yes, this is a yes.
You notice the referees have pink flags? Did you
know,
notice that?
Okay, thank you. I was.
Yeah.
It's
not your eyesight.
Okay.
It's not your eyesight.
Yes, we've already established when I started and when you started. Mingus coming to the near side, running the ball, getting a little is Pfeiffer, but that's going to bring up 4th down. Mingus trying to get that clock rolling once again. Under 9 minutes left to go. Mingus a 38-point lead, pitching a shutout against the home Coconino Panthers.
Well, a couple times this year we've seen with the nice lead that the Mingus Mirage has been able to give themselves. We've seen some backups getting time in here, which is really great to see.
A great punt by the Mingus Marauders, received downfield inside the 10, and then scampering across about the 16-yard line. And it appeared as though trying to figure out a number on that. That may have been Garcia on the return. I'll have to find that one out. Hey, we got an update. Bradshaw pitching a shutout, gives up 7 points. The Eagles on the scoreboard against the Bradshaw Mountain Bears. However, Bradshaw still well in control of that one late in the game.
Bradshaw right there. I mean, went from 43 to nothing in the third to giving up 7 points to Flag.
So Mingus turns around and plays some defense out here as they get stopped offensively. And the Coconino Panthers inside their own red zone. There's the snap. They're going to run the ball to the right-hand side. And Smith had one of those expanded jerseys. You know, the ones that somebody's got a hold of? And it's like 5 yards away from his body. He'll pick up 2 on forward progress, but Mingus shuts it down quickly. Weston Smith now in the second half has got 13 yards on 5 carries, 33 bruising yards in the game for that senior, and he's going to come step out and take a break. So they're going to go with Francisco Garcia in the backfield, a little bit heavier runner, and they're going to try the jet sweep, and it goes down quickly. Pete Kelly tries to plant a Panther and wraps him up high, which is not what you're supposed to do. Wraps him up high and then does the whole wrestling move for the tackle. And so Alec Chi out of the backfield will lose a couple more yards and bring up 3rd and 12 from almost the 15-yard line. Coconino at its own 15.
Well, we talked about some of the Weston Smith coming off of the field for Coconino. He's their leading rusher coming into the game with 560 yards, averaging 5 yards a carry, 4 touchdowns on the ground for Weston Smith this year.
Passing down, they're going to throw short up underneath, and Tyler Kelly goes low on Garcia. The reception's good, but way short of the first down. And so it'll be about 5-6 yards on the reception. And Garcia out of the backfield. Kelly came after the quarterback, and his younger brother making the tackle right behind him.
Yeah, nice job by Kelly, just taking out the legs of Francisco Garcia, who's their running back, but he runs really low to the ground. He's got some good size, 5'10", 210 pounds, outweighing Kelly, and Kelly just taking out the legs. That's the way you take down those big boys that run low.
3rd reception by Garcia, but it's going to force another punt. Low line drive, taking a good bounce once again inside the 30, down to the 25, the 24, the 23 and a quarter, and stop. 6:03 left to go. Mingus will get the ball back, And at about their own 24-yard line here at Coconino, 38-0 over the Panthers so far on senior night. And section has not been pleasant for the Panthers.
No, it has really not. And, one thing that we wanted to see from Mingus, especially coming off of that win last week where they played really well in the second half, was really wondering how they were going to come out here tonight, with the road coming up north, especially after that big opponent that you played last week. But the Marauders seemed to kind of just pick up right where they left off here, leading 38-0.
Meyer over center for the Mingus Marauders has a man in motion, and they will run it near side, and it looks like Cole Phelps is getting another chance to run the ball for Mingus. Number 4 picks up 4. He had 2 carries in the first half for 7 yards, so middle linebacker for the Mingus Marauders gets to turn around and try his hand at offense.
Put me in, coach.
I'm not sure you can find a bad spot on the field for that young man. He's talented. Mingus will give it to him again, and he bounces off a 1, spins it to the outside, and we'll pick up another 3. 3rd and 4 for the Marauders, taking their time. Mingus does not go into a huddle, but they go into a gathering, right?
Yeah. They don't quite, form that circular huddle, but they get close enough to where they can hear the quarterback calling the play.
Well, and everybody checks their wrist, and man in motion is Stabreth. He'll stop. Meyer will pull off, look, check the time, check the sign. Under 5 minutes left to go, 4:45. Meyer will take the snap this time, and they'll hand it off to Cole, who bounces off a 1. And depending on the spot, can you see around the pole, did he get the first down?
The first down marker is right behind the pole for me, but I believe he's short by about a yard.
And they're going to measure.
Let's see here.
The man with the white hat touches his shoulders, which either indicates they're going to measure or he has a dandruff issue. I'm going to go measure. So it's either 4th and very littles, or it'll be first down for the Mingus Marauders with under 4.5 minutes left to go. And a round of applause.
Oh, you got it.
For the Coconino band, who has been very entertaining in front of us. They did a great job with their halftime performance, by the way.
They really did, yeah, they really did. The dancers out there for the Panthers as well. Just great entertainment all around here tonight. And Mingus does pick up that first down by about half a football's length.
And the band is busting a move. I love it.
Having fun here tonight. I tell you what, they've been high energy all night long. You have to, I guess. It's been a little chilly here tonight.
Hey, you know what? Keep moving, right? Keep moving. That's why I don't sit down when I do these.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah.
Is that the reason?
Stabreth in motion, and Mingus will hand the ball off. Keeping it simple, and another 2-3 yard gain for the halfback for the Mingus Marauders. Phelps gets up, and looks like Phelps might have closing duties.
Yeah, we saw a few weeks ago that, especially against Greenway, that was Pfeiffer's duty. It was the closing the game out, and he was running the ball hard there. And, Phelps doing the same thing here tonight, just doing what he can to pick up, prove to coach that, hey, I got this. I'm not just a defensive guy, and he's making the most of his opportunity here tonight. But Mingus doing a really great job of controlling the clock and running it out as we're approaching 3:30 left in the fourth quarter.
Meyer's going to keep this one himself around the left-hand side, looking for somewhere to go, and picks up a first down, stays in bounds. Wise young man. Keep the clock rolling. He'll get 8 yards for the first down and close to another 10. Give him 17 on the carry, and he crosses over into Coconino territory, and that'll get the clock to run even more out here tonight.
Yeah, running down the sideline. Looked like he was actually going to run out of bounds. But like you said, wise decision. He juked one of the defenders coming across the field to make the tackle, juked him back inside and where he was tackled. So that keeps the clock rolling.
Mingus now with 300-plus yards rushing in this game for the 6th time this season. Ooh, little confusion in the backfield, and I'm not sure who had the ball, who was supposed to get the ball. And looked like Cole Phelps ended up with the ball and a yard.
So many backs in the backfield, it can get a little bit congested, especially if one guy, they do so much motion, the Marauders in the backfield, that if one guy, say, motions the wrong way, odds of running into one of the other backs in the backfield there's pretty good. But Phelps ends up getting it there and picks up about a yard.
That's why there's a plan, right?
Yeah.
In a playbook.
That's why you go here, I'll go here, this guy goes there.
Your arrow does not go left. Phelps hangs on to the ball. He won't pick up anything on that one. It'll bring up 3rd down for the Marauders, 3rd and 9 from the Coconino 44-yard line as we approach 2 minutes out here in Flagstaff, Arizona. Well, the Mingus Marauders look to have this one in control, and Mingus will be on the road to face the Chargers for the first time ever at Tempe McClintock.
Longest road trip of the year?
Indeed. Mingus in the double tight wing, looking to hand it off. Myers with the ball. He'll pitch it to the near side. Mingus has got a little bit of space and almost a first down. And running the ball for the Mingus Marauders, taking the pitch, is Link, who is usually a blocker.
Yeah, usually a blocker there. Now he's the one who they're blocking for. Nice pickup there on that outside pitch. Beautiful pitch by Meyer to Link, who had some open grass and coming up just shy of the first down.
4th down, and Mingus, a long one, appears to be going for it out here with 1 minute left to go. And jumpage, but backage. So no encroachment. Mingus taking their own sweet time. Now, of course, Meyer, the quarterback, can also punt the ball. And instead, he's going to run it. He'll pick up the first down, bounce it to the outside, and stay inbounds and close near the far hash to the 30-yard line. And that should do it. That first down will do it. The 4th down conversion as Meyer picks up another 6 yards for his Marauder squad. And Mingus, I believe, needs to do one more snap.
Yeah, they easily could have just punted the ball away right there, but they want to finish this one with the ball in their hands.
2nd shutout for the Marauders for 2015. And the victory formation, my favorite formation. I've only been able to coach it once, but it's my favorite formation. And Mingus, a well-played ball game. Coconino shut out here tonight on senior night, 38-0. However, they had moments of brilliance in this game, and I look for excellent things as this team continues to mature under this coaching staff. Mingus proves to be the better here tonight, but I think Coconino will come back and will be more formidable. The first half, this Coconino squad played Mingus extremely tough, almost through the first half of this game. So here at the end of the game, Mingus goes to 6-1. Coconino falls to 5-3 on the season as the teams exchange congratulations and thank yous and good jobs. And 38-0, your final score. Will return to Coconino High School for the post-game show, brought to you by Digitel right after this.
Since 1993, Rice Accounting has been assisting Verde Valley residents with their tax returns. A proud part of the National Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, Rice Accounting can prepare all state and federal returns. They can file electronically or prepare paper returns. They're open year-round to assist you with personal and business taxes, quarterlies, payroll, and account services.
Please come on in to Rice Accounting Jackson Hewitt Tax Service. We're open year-round for all of your taxing needs. Thank you.
At Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep, we believe everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car today.
Hi, I'm Matt Oxendale. I offer solutions to the everyday problems that keep most people stuck in a car they hate. Hi, guys.
Yeah. I enjoyed my purchase experience at Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep. My salesperson took me out on the lot and let me look around at all the cars while my children played in the play area. And they really enjoyed it. There was no pressure.
Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep, a dealer for the people.
Taylor Waste has been voted the #1 residential garbage service 12 years in a row in Cottonwood and 8 years in a row in Sedona.
Why? Because Taylor Waste always offers dependable and efficient garbage service and clean, eco-friendly curbside recycling and positive customer service.
Taylor Waste offers a separate recycling container, and our recycling program is clean rather than commingled with garbage.
To start service, call your locally owned Taylor Waste, dedicated to providing service tailored to your needs.
Cheerleading, tumbling, gymnastics.
We are Flip City Gym.
We have classes for boys and girls of all ages and skill levels.
Flip City Gym offers competitive co-ed cheerleading with world champion coaches.
Ask about tumbling and gymnastics.
Or our health and fitness-based academic preschool.
The only one of its kind in northern Arizona.
Enjoy open gym Fridays and Saturdays. Stop by for your free class or find out more at flipcitygym.org.
Wake up and live Moss at your local Cottonwood Taco Bell. The next generation of breakfast is here. Introducing the Biscuit Taco, AM Crunch Wrap, Cinnabon Delights, and fresh brewed 100% Colombian coffee. Convenient hours, drive-through, and open late every night. Visit your local Taco Bell. Located on 89A and Cove Parkway in Cottonwood. Taco Bell. Live Moss.
Pond Palace offers a wide selection of jewelry, electronics, musical instruments, firearms, and much more. And if you need money for that unforeseen financial burden, Tanner, Natalie, or Rob can get you a loan using your valuable items and collectibles. Scrap gold, silver, jewelry, guns, and electronics are all accepted. Visit Pond Palace on Calvary Way at 89A in the Dome Building, open 6 days a week, and online at pondpalaceaz.com.
It's time now for the Digital Post-Game Report. Stay tuned for the Marauder Wrap-Up, game highlights, and the Digital Player of the Game. The Digital Post-Game Report starts now.
Here at Coconino High School, the Mingus Marauders improve on the road. In fact, are undefeated on the road so far. We've been on the road twice, but still undefeated on the road and improved to 6-1 and 2-0 in section play. Looking to hold on to that number 10 spot, maybe start to gain some ground on 9 and 8, hoping to slip into a home playoff position and have done so quite commandedly here tonight with a 38-0 win over the Coconino Panthers.
Yeah, I mean, really the only thing you can do in regards to moving up in the standings is just win the games you play, perform the way you know you can perform, and the Mingus Marauders have been doing that so far this year. We saw the jump up 12 spots after last week's win. We'll see what happens after this week's.
The Digital post-game report is underway, and here's how it happened. Mingus went into halftime 14-0, and I've got to imagine Mingus expected to come out and maybe jump on Coconino early. Coconino's defense in the first half was absolutely fantastic. The problem was their offense couldn't keep drives induced and underway, and so what happened is their poor defense was on the field too long, and the armor broke with 18 seconds left in the first half, and Mingus went up 14-0. Mingus got the ball first in the second half, and it didn't take long. 9:50 left to go, and Upham pretty much ran the ball down the field and would go ahead and cap his own drive with a 5-yard keeper. This time going to the left, around the corner, around the defensive end who had bumped up coming at him, so he just continued to go around him, and the extra point was good. Mingus was up by 21. And then with 8:13 left to go, Mingus got the ball back quickly. A 68-yard pass to Clark. I had just talked about getting Clark back involved in the game. Great blocking, and Upham puts the ball down there. Clark over the shoulder almost way too open, got behind everybody, and the extra point by Myers was good. Mingus was up 28-0 at that point. Then with 3:23 left to go in the third quarter, a 42-yard field goal attempt by Meyer, up and good.
He got
Plenty
that
of
easily,
distance.
yeah.
Plenty of distance. And then from that point forward, every kickoff was a touchback. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the adrenaline got going. Mingus was up 31-0 at that point. And then in the fourth quarter, 11:38 left to go. They put Pete Kelly into the backfield for an opportunity to run. Well, what does he do? Second handoff, he will run and scamper 70 yards, pretty much just off the guard and inside the guard. Plays a little hand patting and a little hand checking and fighting, and finds his way down the left-hand side of the field. And they were able to keep with him, but not gain on him. And Kelly gets his first touchdown of the year, the 70-yard variety. The extra point was good, as Meyer was perfect during the course of the entire game. That brings us to your final score of 38-0. And Mingus was able to run the ball well. And as we are in our Digital postgame report, we're actually going to save it for you. Did Mingus hit the 300-yard rushing mark to keep that average up and keep on pace for 3,000 yards? Got a guess?
You know what? I mean, I know in the second half there they were trying to control the clock on the ground. I think they might have gotten definitely close, so we'll see about that.
Close. But did they make
How
it?
close?
I don't know. We'll have to bring out a measurement. We'll take a timeout and bring out a measurement. We'll return for more of the postgame brought to you by Digital right after this.
Digital, a Verizon Premium Wireless retailer. Come in today and get on America's largest, most reliable wireless network. Get unlimited nationwide talk and text and devices from all the hottest manufacturers. Find Digital, your local Verizon Premium Wireless retailer, in the Flagstaff Mall, in Cottonwood at 960 South Main Street, in Payson at 401 North Beeline Highway, Prescott Valley at Glassford Hill Marketplace, and in Prescott with locations in the Prescott Gateway Mall, and the shops at Prescott Gateway.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. If you're on the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find their selection extensive and their sales team professional and courteous. You can also count on excellent after-sales service. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet on Highway 260 next to Walmart in Cottonwood.
The Suzy Q Market is the most convenient stop for road trips, with 1,500 beverage selections and plenty of snacks. And save on Texaco fuel with your Safeway Rewards card. The Suzy Q drive-thru window is the most convenient way to pick up those essentials on the way home.
Road trips start here.
With something for everyone.
At the Suzy Q Market.
Remember, please shop local first.
Go Marauders!
You'll get more miles for your money at Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros. It starts with matching the right tire for you, your vehicle, and driving habits. And continues with expert brake, alignment, and warranty services to extend the life and performance of your vehicle. And to serve you better, we now offer King Cobra custom exhaust systems. Find out more about our nationwide warranty at Reese'sTire.com.
America's most innovative off-road vehicles are all on sale during the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance. Get our biggest rebate ever on Razor XP 1000. Save $1,000 on remaining 2015s while they last. Get our lowest price ever on Ace 4x4. This all-new off-road experience is just $64.99 after rebate. Get the year's best deals during the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance.
Visit Cottonwood Motorsports at Route 260 and Western Drive.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout.
Here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Digitel Wireless with locations across northern Arizona. Here in Flagstaff, so if something goes wrong with your cell phone here in Flagstaff, you can get it over to Digitel. Ask them, how do I get my email on this? I can't get my email on mine. But my favorite location next to Suzy Q in Cottonwood. They also have locations in Prescott and Prescott Valley. Digitel, anywhere you'd want to be in northern Arizona with locations to serve you. New phones. If you swayed away and you need to come back home to your Verizon and your premium Verizon dealer, make it a Digitel stop and find out all of the different options and new phones available. Gadgets and Gidgets. They got it all.
So many phones coming out. I mean, geez, they're progressing through this phone thing so quickly. But, hey, Verizon Wireless.
Okay, question for you.
The way to go.
Question for you. Trivia question. You ready? Okay, which are there more of? Cell phones on the face of the earth or people?
Ooh. I'm gonna go cell phones.
Really?
Yeah, I think more people than you think have more than one cell phone.
As of 2013, there was more cell phones on the face of the planet than there were people.
That's unbelievable.
Yes. Now I don't know how many of them were actually discarded and recycled, but that's not the point. Yes, more cell phone than people on the planet.
You don't even need a computer anymore. I mean, you get everything on your phone.
I still need a computer. Yes, you can get Mingus Football powered by Pawn Palace. Absolutely, technology via Digitel. Let's see, we can put all this together, can't we?
Yeah.
All right, here tonight, let's take a look at some of the stats. Mingus victorious 38-0, a shutout for the Marauders, second shutout of the season for Mingus out here tonight. Let's take a look at them. Well, the Coconino Panthers offensively, the Mingus Marauders defensively. Tabaris ends up 8 for 29, 40 yards. He was averaging more like 130, 140 yards passing per game. No touchdowns, one interception. Smith on the ground, 21 carries, 33 yards. The almost 100-yard back consistently limited here tonight to an average of 1.5 yards per carry. 40 rushing or passing yards, 90 rushing yards on the ground. And Mingus's defense stiffens up and actually holds him to 130 yards total in the game.
Yeah, and 98 of those 130 yards came from Tabares. I mean, if you look at right there, that stat 40 yards in the air. I mean, we're talking about a quarterback who came into this game with over 1,000 passing yards. So, I mean, that just goes to show you the kind of game that the Marauders defense had tonight. And it looked kind of the plays, their lineups were a little bit different. I mean, they weren't bringing as many guys as often as we've seen them in the past with the rushing side of the defense. They were playing a little bit more defensive, and I think a lot of that was because they knew Tabares has had success so far this year in the air with the 1,000 yards in the air. They do a great job holding him to 40. You mentioned the 100-yard game back, and Smith stopped at just 33 yards, averaging 1.5 per game. So keeping them, your opponent, to 130 yards overall on offense, you take that away as that's a win for the defense.
Mingus comes into today with 22 sacks, only ends up with 1. Tyler Kelly gets the only sack of the game. Mingus 2 takeaways, though, a fumble recovery and a interception.
Yeah, that Pete Kelly fumble was the first takeaway of the game off of a punt return, actually, off the chest. But going to the offensive stats for Mingus Upham, 13 carries for 148 yards. He had 3 touchdowns on the ground, 1 in the air, just getting it done there. So back to Clark, 1 carry for 68 yards on the ground and a touchdown. It was just, great game overall on defensive side of the ball. I mean, even special teams. You had Clark who hit that long field goal, Meyer who hit that long field goal, put a couple in the end zone. So overall, 433 total yards of offense, 332 on the ground. So they do hit that 300 rushing yard mark again this year, and they're on pace for 3,000 this year.
Now over 2,100, almost 2,200 yards in rushing on the season in 7 games. So the average actually getting a little bit better. That was actually a reception for Clark for 68 yards and a touchdown. So Upham had 3 touchdowns on the ground and 1 in the air. So 148 yards and 101. So he had 249 of the 443 yards for the Mingus Marauders. And, tough question. Who would you like for the Digital Player of the game here tonight?
You know, I'm going to have to go with Upham. I mean, dude getting it done on the ground with 3 touchdowns. He started out putting Mingus on the board early, and then he had a 70-yard rushing touchdown as well, and then the long touchdown pass to Clark. I got to go Upham, 3 touchdowns on the ground, 1 in the air.
Averaging better than 11, almost 11 and a half yards per carry out here tonight on 13 carries. And, of course, when you start throwing in 71-yard touchdown runs, that gets the average up quite a bit, without a doubt. But he also had a run for 9, 21, 26. Those are all formidable position players.
Yeah.
I mean, the position changers on the field.
He put most of those numbers up in the first half, too. I mean, he really didn't play much after, say, half of the third quarter. It was all Myers. So Upham, again, getting a little break in the second half of the game, but still putting up great numbers. And nice to see over 100 yards in the air as well. As you always like to see the little bit of a balance there on the offensive side of the ball for Mingus. But just great overall game on the ground, in the air, special teams, defense. We mentioned holding a lot of these big key players that the Panthers have coming into this game, really with impressive numbers. I mean, we have some section leaders. We had Tabarif tonight coming in as the section leader in passing, and we held him to under 50. So that was just a great job by the defense.
Well, everything starts to point down toward the last game of the season with Prescott. Prescott beats Coconino 61-12 last week. Mingus beats Coconino 38-0 here. How those are stacking up, I know Prescott, man, apparently they can put points on the board.
Yeah. I mean, they beat in the fourth quarter right now against Apache Junction, Prescott 62-22. So they're putting it to Apache Junction. Bradshaw in the fourth quarter, last update we got 44-14 over the Flagstaff Eagles. So Prescott and Bradshaw getting it done. Mingus getting it done here tonight over Coconino.
6-1, the new record for the Mingus Marauders, as they will be on the road next week to an opponent we have never seen. It's Tempe McClintock on the road. Started tonight 2-4. Mingus started 5-1. Mingus victorious here tonight as we wrap up our Digital post-game report from Coconino High School. Final score once again 38-0. Mingus gets the shutout over the Panthers. We'll talk to you next week.
This has been the Mingus Marauder post-game report. Brought to you by Digitel, your premium Verizon wireless retailer in Cottonwood next to Susie Q Market on Main Street. Or see the Digitel locations in Prescott and Flagstaff. Don't miss the video replay of tonight's Mingus Marauder football game on Verde Valley TV. That's Cable 1 Channel 56 and Suddenlink Channel 2. For times, visit verdevalleytv.com.
Digitel, a Verizon premium wireless retailer. Come in today and get on America's largest, most reliable wireless network. Get unlimited nationwide talk and text and devices from all the hottest manufacturers. Find Digitel, your local Verizon premium wireless retailer, in the Flagstaff Mall, in Cottonwood at 960 South Main Street, in Payson at 401 North Beeline Highway, Prescott Valley at Glassford Hill Marketplace, and in Prescott with locations in the Prescott Gateway Mall, and the shops at Prescott Gateway.